Make a friend.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the chaos that is the new moon. We're just discussing the craziness that will be happening very, very soon. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a thrice weekly campaign, soon to be a four weekly campaign set in the beautiful, wonderful world of Imea. We are here with our lovely crew, the New Moon. Everybody take a look at the camera, wave, and say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks, guys.
All right, yeah, we got two there. That was good. Awesome. So before we get into tonight's events, I want to give a couple announcements for stuff that is coming up. First things first. Oh, I forgot. Chelsea, you said the music was pretty loud. Is it better now?
Yeah, that's better.
Cool. Awesome. Make sure my monitor is at the same level. Great. Cool. Yeah, so some announcements up top. First things first, something that I'm extremely excited about. We actually just had, this week we had our first one-on-one sessions for the other people. We have our fourth campaign starting soon. So November 20th is the premiere of Tales of Imea, The Islands, starting in a place that is south of South Imea in a world of tropical lifestyle, naval combat, hidden ruins, lore of times before Imea was even called Imea. I'm really excited to kind of get going on that, and we've had our 3 players already kind of go through their. We did like a one-on-one session of all of them to be able to kind of get an idea of like what their characters are going to be and kind of getting into the feel of that, and it's done nothing but made me extremely excited for stuff that's going to come up. But the 2 reasons was to look out for that, but the other reason was we need more players. We only have 3 players right now that are involved in that. So if you're interested in kind of joining the Imean family as a weekly player, please feel free to check out the. If you're watching this on YouTube, it is already in the video description where we post those games. To be involved in that campaign, but I'm also going to be putting it in our private chat as we go through the list of stuff. So yeah, so Tales of Imea, The Isles. Please take a look at that and feel free to join in or ask any questions if there's if you have any questions on there. Start playing is probably the easiest way to be able to contact me about it. Cool. On top of that, we are smack dab in the middle of our awesome Halloween style, or I'll say our mini campaign for Halloween, our Steinhardt's Guide to the Eldritch Hunt. A really cool D&D 5e supplement built around the gothic horror sort of style setting into a like Bloodborne-esque Dark Souls sort of vibe. We actually had both Matt and Chris in our mini campaign this weekend. And Matt, this was your first time playing. Tell me how you felt about it.
Oh, I felt good. It was awesome. I mean, just literally everything you would want from that sort of game, which was creepy vibes, gross people, disgusting, just absolutely abhorrent beasts, and friends. Just all the friends. I'm pretty sure like my neighbors could hear me screaming and talking about the voices in my head at one point. So, no big deal. But like that was just my character choice I was making. Fun times.
It's just a character, just perfect. Thank you, sir. Yeah, it's a really cool setting where you get to be in a lot of ways. I like to simplify the concept of saying that it is monsters hunting monsters, as you are a very typically a very overpowered player. Right now, you guys are at like a 4th level, and you'll be kind of moving up as you go along. But yeah, really cool stuff. Very much in that Dark Souls sort of theme. So if you're a Dark Souls fan or a Bloodborne fan, please check it out. The only reason I would say to not is if this would be the first time you ever played D&D. This would be a pretty hard one to kind of start out on. But other than that, feel free to join. And this is what brings the best part. Your first session playing is free. So you have no reason to not jump in. Besides, time constraints and whatnot. I get it. Life is life. But it's a really cool time. And we are still, we're still looking for players. We usually kind of fill up around, I think we hit one point where we were at 6, one point where we were at 5 players. So if you're interested, Saturday's game is starting to kind of fill up, but we also have Sunday's game that is wide open. Also, this is a drop-in, drop-out campaign, which means that you can join for just a session. You could join for 2 sessions, for 3 sessions. You could join the whole time. It is completely up to you. You can join, play 3 sessions, have to get out from the 4th one, and then join the 6th one. You know what I'm saying? So whatever feels best for your schedule. We'll be playing that up until, I think, probably like the end of December. That's the plan right now. So if you're interested in checking that out, we put the link in the private chat as well as in our video description there. And last but not least, we are desperately looking for people to continue we are continuing to look for people who are wanting to join our version of Candela Obscura that was built early on this summer. We did a playtest. A 3-session playtest with a couple of a number of folks that are here that were involved in it. Please check that out for one, because we had a blast on it. And if you're wanting to join that type of game in the same sort of like cosmic horror but heavy role play, introspective, having a solid foot in a real world vibe, as our version is called Shadows of the North Shore and takes place in the turn of the century 1901 in North Shore, Massachusetts. About 200, a little over 200 years from when the Salem witch trials took place. So putting that into our private description our private chat, as well as in the video description as well. Please feel free to check that out. And if you have any questions at any point in time, feel free. You can jump at us from the social media stuff that we have, as well as checking out the games that we're running on Start Playing. Okay, I think that is it. Cool. So before we get into tonight, we want to get an idea of where we left off, specifically because this would be a very confusing episode to start in if we didn't know what came about. So, yeah, Brandon, whenever you're ready, take it away.
All right. So after escaping Grifton and kidnapping a child, New Moon starts their journey on Kofi's ship. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways,
no. Yeah, just go right with that. Yeah. That's what happened.
No kidnapping. Yeah. It's the ship, the Misty Maiden. Everybody's working, trying to repair previous damage. Bix is working on repairing broken pieces of the ship. Aaron's trying to keep everyone fed. Anthony's cleaning. Titian's tying knots. So on and so forth. Adima's barking orders and getting Anthony to help him, or got Anthony to help him clean barnacles off the underside of the ship to see how she would do in the ocean as an underwater genasi. She found herself at one with it and at peace with the ocean and all of its inhabitants, all the creatures in there. That is until they met a hippocampus that they then rode away on. In the meantime, Vix and Titian talk, and Vix points out Titian's new white mark. Neither of them know what it means, but it is in the pattern of a blood splatter. Vix touched it and gained enhanced abilities. However, when Grian touched it, he relived a memory of an attack on a village that resulted in his parents' deaths, and reacted by punching Titian in the face. Not as a mean thing, but just as ooh, clown jumped out at you, boom, and then that's it. He apologized and then walked off. Titian met Aaron down below deck, where they inspected the mark on his face. Aaron connects with it and can feel the magic emanating from Alyssa, and chose to connect with that magic. And They connect to the magic. Aaron, this is where it got a little hazy for me, but I wrote that Aaron sees a prismatic figure that kind of like runs by, but it was less of a person and more of a concept. As they connect with it, they see time move all around them in no particular order, but they see different moments in time, important moments that have happened and have not happened yet. And we got some good lore drops there. Meanwhile, Ianthe and Nadim are riding deep underwater. They spot something. It's a chest. It also has a trident laying near it and a sea elf body that died from an animal attack. They bring all three back with them on the hippocampus. Titian and Aaron start discussing using what they saw when they are interrupted by Kofi and Bix, who are there for dinner. They almost tell Ewolf, who is also there, about how dangerous I wrote a blank space is. But just because her name, Alyssa's sister is
Elian.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But that she has also changed. She's not the same girl he once loved. Grian on the deck meets Ianthe and Nadim and helps to lift the chest back on the deck when the hippocampus takes off with the sea elf body back to what we assume is its own realm. Nadim is protective of the chest and asks Bix to open it. Meanwhile, Ianthe notices that Kofi seems to be almost fed up with the party's stay on his ship. An involuntary takeover of his essential home. Bix fails the lockpick, but does pick up that the chest holds something magical. They offer the opportunity for Kofi to pick the chest, and instead of picking the chest, he grabs, as he begins to pick the lock, Aaron touches his shoulder to guide him, but in the tension of the moment, he takes them hostage. And that is where we're at.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you very much. So how we normally kind of view our normal sessions is kind of like having a sense of where the camera is kind of moving up from, and a kind of like relaxing typical sort of scenery point. We are going from straight blackness to bam, right to a face that is contorted in anger with a might as well put fight music to this, with a cutlass up to a assumedly disturbed Aaron. We see Kofi holding Aaron back with the cutlass up to the throat against the rest of the party, as there is a chest of some sort of treasure inside. We are aware of what went on as players, but I think for the concept of the story right now, we're just kind of jumping in right now from this. As we see Kofi kind of taking one step back with everyone. As we are, I think we're just going to roll initiative, gang. So you guys can actually just shout it out, because whoever's going to go first is going to go first.
10.
Okay.
5.
7.
I'm working on
21.
21 for Aaron. Okay.
That's fair.
We lost Chelsea.
I'm here. I had to grab a sweatshirt because I'm cold. 11 for me.
Okay. Cool. So I think it's Aaron and then Ianthe? Is that right? Or did someone beat an 11?
I think we're just waiting on a Dean. Dean got a 6.
6? Okay. Gotcha.
This was a bad initiative.
I'm not going to do anything, so I'll pass it off.
Okay, you got it. Cool. I will say between there is Kofi's turn. So Kofi is holding the cutlass sort of hard, takes a step back, and just orders everybody back as his turn. He looks around. You can see he's eyeing. He's looking around at all of your hands. He's watching lips, things like that. He's taking in as much as he can right now to see as soon as someone says something or does something that is out of place, he's going to slit Aaron's throat. Okay, Chelsea. Excuse me, Ianthe. It is your turn.
I have my hands up.
Okay.
Kofi. We don't want to hurt you. We don't want you to hurt Ariane. I'm sorry that we've put you in this position, and I know that you want what's owed to you. I agree. I want you to have that as well. Just let Ariane go, and we can talk about this. We don't want to fight you. I actually really like you. I can't let you hurt them. But...
Okay. Please roll me a persuasion check.
Not you. Guys, my warm-up dice did not do super hot, so we'll see how today goes. Cool. That is an 11.
Okay.
Not great.
Okay. Aaron, you chose in this moment to essentially pretty much delay your turn. There's nothing that I'm doing. I'm just kind of offering that. So I'm going to say in the viewpoints of your turn, I would like you to do two things for me. One, I'd like you to roll me a d20.
That is a 6.
Okay. Then I would like you to roll me a perception check. It's based on hearing.
That's better. That's a 24.
24. Jeez. Okay, cool. With a 24, as you all are standing around in this moment, as Kofi seems to be a little bit unhinged in this moment. This cannot end well. Aaron, you kind of let go in this moment as trying to say whatever is going to happen is going to happen. There's not much I can do. And you hear I think we could probably just describe it as bubbles. Yeah. In the calm sort of night waters in the middle of the night, you can hear the sound of bubbles. Before Kofi is able to make a decision on what he is going to do, I will say we can say that Aaron, you have this turn kind of right after Ianthe's. Kofi is not paying attention to this at all. Kofi is doing everything he can to pay attention to you all. Is there anything you would like to say or do?
Not knowing exactly what it is, but hearing that, I'll just say, I think there's more pressing issues around us right now than what you have in front of yourself.
Okay. Who is next in initiative after Ianthe? Grian. Okay. Grian, you hear Aaron say this. You see the situation right in front of you. It's completely up to you what you do here.
Great. I'll have my hands up and just go, whoa, babes. It's okay. think we just need to take a second. Just think about what's going on. And then Green will probably just like... And I mean in a very like in the moment kind of way, get down on his knees and just put his hands behind his head as like a...
Okay. The concept here being I surrender.
Yeah, that's kind of like that. Like that
Okay.
submissive, like, okay.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check. Every time it's going to be higher. The DC is going to be higher.
Yeah, okay, my D&D Beyond crapped out of me. Here we go. You said it was persuasion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not any better, it's 11.
Okay. You got it.
Oh my god, all of our dice are terrible today. This is not good.
Okay. Just for the record, who's next in initiative?
Tishian, I think he rolled a 7.
You guys can speak up. You guys can talk.
I had a
It's
se-
helpful.
I had a 7.
I rolled a 5.
7.
Okay, I had them
Roll a
backwards, so it's Bix, Adim, Tishian.
That's all good. Okay, cool. So, Bixeldan, as you're thinking about what you're going to do, you now have a choice here, because what you see coming up in slow motion here is something that is large and large and fish-shaped in a way behind Kofi. You have a choice here. What does Bixeldan do?
I know you don't believe a word we're saying, but there's something coming up behind you.
Okay. I need you to roll me a persuasion check. I'm going to say it's back down to its
no.
original DC because it's for something that is completely different, but it's still pretty high.
9.
Fantastic. Cool. Awesome. You guys watch in horror as, once again, actually, Aaron, I need a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, no.
Again, this is crazy how you're putting these
I'm
positions.
not.
She's going to roll a 3.
It's going to be bad. Our dice are terrible. The initiative roll was just the
Really
beginning.
rough.
It's a 14.
We're
Okay,
7
cool.
minutes in.
I cannot, for the life of me, find the stat block right now for this thing. But I do not think that makes the save. So, I'm going to say you take this damage halved.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
So that was a save. Were you counting if we were within close enough proximity of the paladin aura?
Yeah, I think that
Hey.
aura does not really turn off. So yeah, absolutely, you can add that.
So that'd be an 18, right? Because it's +4.
Yep, +4.
Hey!
+4.
You just technically have to be within 10 feet of me, which I'm sure we would be. It's a small ship. It's a dinghy, really.
You are within 10 feet.
Hey! Look
Okay.
at who knows their stuff.
And just for the record, that Joe's right. That's always on as long as I'm conscious. So if we're certain of Thursdays, everyone will get that. Except Kofi right now because he's being a bad guy.
He's not being a bad guy, but all right.
He's not being a nice guy. Friends don't take friends hostage, Joe.
All right. Well, you might need to say your goodbyes here in a second.
Oh no!
Oh God, that's really bad. Cool. Not dead, but definitely unconscious. 35. Is it 30? That's not right. Oh, yeah, not even unconscious. What am I talking about? 35 points of damage as you see coming out of Kofi. Just managing to have Aaron enough to be able to kind of maneuver around Aaron. You feel like kind of like a little bit of a slice on your neck. I'm going to say because you're kind of making that save, you are taking 4 points of slashing damage from the cutlass just being there. As you turn around, as there is a spear that seems to come out from Kofi's chest as Kofi is lifted into the air and slammed down onto the ground. I'm going to be really nice and I'm going to say, everybody go ahead and roll another initiative on this.
Oh no. So says, you guys suck. We're gonna try this again.
Who do you want us to just shout it out? Or?
Oh my god, it's even worse.
Mid-game chat, same as normal.
I'm not mad. You're mad. I'm not mad about my initiative order.
I'm mad.
Pen. Where you at, Pen?
I wasted that 20.
Okay.
I think Tishy and I need to. Who's got the higher dex?
I have plus
Both
2.
got 10s, right? Yeah.
I got Dex. I got 14.
I have also 14. Let's roll!
All right, let's roll.
Or we could just fight for it because we're in the same house.
Ooh,
You-
really?
Camera on.
You would
I'll
win.
just come
that.
fight
You
him.
would win.
I know. I'm a biter.
Yeah,
She's the rugby person.
she is.
That's
yeah.
true. That's true.
All right, I'm rolling right now. 1d20. 6.
3.
Oh my god, y'all, we're gonna die tonight.
These dice are terrible.
Yeah,
So-
that's pretty bad.
I
Many
rolled
other
so
people in the aisles after tonight.
Wait, so
I
who got the
was-
higher roll? Tishy or Anthony?
I got it. I got the high roll.
He did.
I
That's
wasted
different than
all
me.
of my good die throws on Steinhardt's on Saturday. Like I was
I
really
wouldn't say they were wasted. All right, so it's Tishin and then Anthony.
yeah.
They're so bad. Yeah,
Okay.
they're all so bad.
Man, actually, sorry, Aaron. I think you go first. They also rolled a nat 20, but and that works because I'm trying to pull up their stat blocks now. All right, gang, let's do it.
It's a boat.
So
it's so
what you
pretty.
see in front of you is a massive manta ray, about the size of like its full sort of extended range, looking at about like 15 feet wingspan out. You see that the tail itself has managed to slice into Kofi. And I'm actually going to say this, because Kofi is hurt. I'm going to give him a dex save on this. Yeah, okay, cool. He is, as it pierces through his chest, it kind of anchors in and starts to kind of pull him down, trying to pull him into the water. He's able to kind of hold on to the side of the ship at that point as it slices back through him. In the slicing back through him, he falls unconscious. So Kofi is going to be a body on here, but it's definitely not. I will say in the moment of this, because you're kind of beating the initiative here, it doesn't have the time really to kind of go back down to know that it needs to. So, Aaron, it is your turn. I'll give you a top side view if you want that.
I'm just gonna put my hand on Kofi again, and I'm gonna give him some cure wounds.
Okay.
We'll do, because he's all the way down, so we'll do 3rd level. 3d8. Not that die, apparently. $17 points of healing.
Okay, awesome. Kofi is back up
And-
with 17 points.
Yeah. And when he comes to, I'll just be like, "See, I was trying to help you," and back up. Am I?
You got it. You stand back up. Are you backing up a distance? Is that what you were saying?
Am I within the creature's attack range?
You have no idea. You assume so.
No, I'll just stay there.
It just stabbed the person that was right there.
True. I'll just stay there then.
Okay, you got it. Cool. All right. So before it is anyone else's turn, it is the Ixitzachitl's turn. I am desperately trying to pull up their stat block, and no luck to that. So I'm gonna do some shenaniganry here in a second.
I just realized this was the second time Aaron, as a character, was like stabbed by like almost stabbed
From
or
the
stabbed
back.
from
Yeah.
the back by something unexpected. Like they gotta choose better people to stand by because they're just like always in harm's way, always in.
Well,
risk of getting stabbed.
That was because they were. I mean, they were trying to help, but they truly stabbed right into. Okay, so we'll use this, but I know it has this crazy attack thing too. Okay, cool. So, in this moment, as you all are trying to kind of figure out what the heck is happening, 2 more pop up out of the water. And I need a Constitution saving throw from everyone.
Remember to add your 4, y'all.
Adim and Ianthe and Bixeldan. And actually, the only one who is getting from your 4 is actually Aaron.
Okay.
Oh no!
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
You get
this
the
was
plus 4 too, don't you?
Hmm?
Do you
No.
get the plus 4?
Mine's already factored in, so that's how bad I rolled. Yeah, I got a 10.
Okay, 10 is a fail. 14,
Okay, come on, come on.
19.
Better.
16.
No! Fuck! This is so bad.
20, 25. Okay. All right. I'm going to tell you guys I rolled really bad. Ianthe, what'd you get?
9.
Okay, it's a fail. Titian.
10.
Adim. It's a fail.
14.
That is a fail. Bixeldan.
19.
That's a save. You're going to take half damage. Aaron.
9.
9. And Grian.
19.
19. Cool. That is a save. You're going to take half damage. As all of you take 24 points of lightning damage. As a figure, as the figure itself kind of opens its mouth, jumping up into the air, you see the kind of static sort of arcing electricity shoots out and manages to hit all of you as it arcs from player to player. That was one of them. Now the second one's going to go. I need dex saves from everybody again. Or excuse me, Constitution saving throws again.
Natural 1.
Come on.
How much damage was that again?
24. So if you have
First
to,
one.
And that was a bad roll. You rolled
That was a bad roll.
24.
Okay. 21.
21. That's a save. You're going to take half this damage.
18.
That's a save.
10.
That's a fail.
14.
14. It's a fail.
7.
That's a fail. Or 15. That just saves. So you're going to take half damage. Okay, from this hit, which is 10, 20, 29. 34. 34 points of lightning damage.
Woo!
Are you all
Half
still up?
50, right?
I am down.
Okay, Aaron's
we
down.
were fully rested, right? So we've been on the ship for a couple days.
Yes. Yeah, you would have been. Yeah, you would have been of the effects of a long rest.
Okay, then I'm barely up. I'm up.
Okay.
I've had better days. Let's say that.
Okay. All right. So everyone is still up except for Aaron. Cool. At the end of their turn, they're all going to sink down into the ocean. All right. So now it is Adeem's turn, and Pixel Dan, you're on deck.
What do I know about existential tactics?
Existentials are extremely nasty creatures. You've never seen them to be this strong or even have this sort of like effect sort of thing to them. You know that they are very quick, so like hard to hit in that realm. But I think, yeah, you know that there's, as far as you know, there is no redeeming quality to Existentials.
That's fair. Okay. Where am I on this map? I'm not sure which one.
You are... you're actually just covered by the crow's nest right now. Hold on. And you're covered by the crow's nest again. So you're right there. So you're right behind Ianthe on this. We'll say I'll give you the top view again. And just kind of point
I
out
see
where
my
you
fight. I kind of know where I am. Thank you.
Yeah.
Did either of them go down near me?
Yes, two of them did. You're on the opposite side of the ship there, so
Perfect.
that didn't really help.
I'm going to try this to maybe just give us some time. I reach below them as much as I can. We talked about this before with my aquatic fighting. I'm going to reach below them as fast as I can and try to destroy water below them.
Destroy water below them.
Push them further down.
Okay. Give me one
a little bit
second.
more time to read. Maybe one won't get up as quickly. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I like that. It gives them more. It definitely will give them more time to be seen.
Right.
So that's cool. I like that. You destroy 10 gallons of water in an open container within range. Alternatively, you can destroy fire. Yeah, I think this works. I think you managed to, like, they're not seen. They would just go deeper. I think in the like the natural sort of. Actually, we'll say this as they are. No, never mind. You actually can fully see the backs of two of them as you take that down. Fantastic. That's cool. We're in slow-mo time, so yeah, that would work.
Okay. And
awesome.
then, where I am, do I see a way to get? I can't quite tell where the ship is. Can I get under deck at all, or into a door?
But like below deck or into the door. So you're
where I'm behind a wooden wall.
You can kind of duck behind the railing to the side if you wanted to. I would say that would give you probably half cover here.
I'm less concerned about that, more about trying to deal with the ranged attack and trying to, if I'm behind a door, it might not reach me because I can still throw.
Right. Yeah, I think you could. You can definitely hide. Where'd that freaking? I just had it. There you go. So you could hide behind the staircase right here if you wanted.
Okay, I'll run over there, and if I run by anyone who's down or not quite conscious, well, do I run by anybody who's down or not quite conscious?
No, apparently you're all up except for Aaron.
And Aaron wasn't near me. Okay, then I will just go over there, and hopefully the next time they come up, I can throw something.
Okay, you got it. Awesome. I gotta factor Kofi into this. So Kofi is gonna be after Bixeldan. Excuse me. Okay, awesome. So end of Adeem's turn. So at this point, during this turn, you guys are able to see the water has been pulled away, showing the sort of top portion of these Exitsachittles. Bixeldan, you are up. Kofi's going to be on deck.
How far am I from Aaron?
About 10 feet.
Cool. I'll run to Aaron. My multi-tool will turn into a hammer and start glowing, and I will cast Cure Wounds on them by smacking them with it.
You got it.
And you will get 9 points of healing.
All right, sweet.
And then I want to hustle with the rest of my movement to try to get to where Alyssa is.
She's below deck.
Well, I want to make sure that nobody's trying to get through the boat to get to her, because when weird things happen, sometimes they have to do with her.
You got it. Cool. Awesome. I'm going to say this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you here because truly I don't want the whole party to die because you're spending time underneath the deck.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that you spend the time to get down, take a quick peek in, see that Alyssa is fine, and then you scramble back up.
I'm good with that.
Cool. Awesome. Okay. So now it is Kofi's turn. Kofi gets up. It has a massive wound in his chest that has probably been almost just really cauterized. There's a lot of work that needs to be done here. Cure wounds working how it does magically. I don't know if it really seals up a full. It's definitely at least gonna have a scar. But anyway, so he's gonna spend half his movement getting up. Is going to look around, has no idea what happened. Now sees Aaron on the ground. You all kind of looking around nervously. He doesn't see the creature that even hit him. So he looks at Titian and says, "Where?"
I mean, Titian just Titian. I'm assuming I'm right there at the very bottom.
You're right next to him. Yeah.
Right next to him. Titian's gonna go. On both sides. You got 2 on that side. You got 1 right over here.
Okay. Cool.
And just sort of pointing down below. You can probably see them over the side.
You got 1 right here. Is kind of what you're pointing.
Yeah,
at, right?
I'm pointing to where they popped up. Yeah.
Cool. So unfortunately, the way that would work is that it's still going to be with disadvantage because that one was not under destroyed water, but it's the closest one. He would try to handle that. So he sees that they're underwater. He sees that you're pointing under the water. Mm-hmm. The look of battle on everyone's face says that they're not you guys aren't really necessarily fucking around. He's gonna pull out a flintlock pistol and just fire into the water. He's got a flintlock pistol. Surprise. Cool. With disadvantage. That is awful. So he just you see just a huge gush of water kind of come up. You're not really sure if he hit anything. Looks down at Aaron, who is just kind of coming to at this point. I think what he's gonna do is he's gonna try to because all he said was where, and you told him where these things are. He has no idea what these things are. So what he's going to do is he's going to go up, run up here to helm the ship, and just try to do everything he can to try to get you guys out of whatever is going on here.
Can I yell Exitchittle since that's the confusion?
Yeah. I would say if you do that, that's going to change what he's doing. Cool.
I will say, if he's looking confused and I notice it, I will yell Exitchittle.
You got it. Cool. Then he's going to spend his time. He's going to spend his time right where he is. Yeah, his cutlass is going to be just shit in this case. He spent half his movement going up, so he's gonna try to do 2 things at once. He's gonna try to reload his flintlock as he's trying to run up the crow's nest. So,
is Ewolf on deck?
Ewolf is on deck. Yes, Ewolf's right there. That's Titian. And he might just actually hang on that lower post, as it's not going to make too much of a difference how high up he is. Actually, it could be so that he can face either side. Yes, Ewolf is there. I did forget to roll initiative for Ewolf. Ewolf's going to go after Grian. Okay. Grian, you're up.
Okay. I will, because it looks like Aaron is right next to me. If not, I'll just take the 5 feet of movement, and I'll use bonus action Healing Light to heal them.
Okay.
For a few, which I'll get to Aaron in a second. And then, is the ship moving?
Yes.
Or are we like, okay? So sails are out. We're moving. These things are just faster. Okay. If I go over to the side I'm closest to, my piece is closest to, I can see at least one of the bodies, right?
Yes, you can. Now, from the side of the ship of where it's at, it would be about it'd be about 10 feet to be able to attack. So you're going to have to pull out one of the ones with reach here.
I was going to go ahead and cast Eldritch Blast on it.
That works too.
Okay, so I get 2 of those guys. Shit on the first one, and the second is a 23.
23 will hit.
Okay,
you got it.
Cool.
What was the first one?
On that one. Okay, so like an 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so D10s exist, and it's nighttime, right?
Yes, it is.
That is a 14 damage.
14 damage. Okay, cool. And would you say this is the one, as you're kind of coming over the ledge here, is this one on the one that's closest to you, which would probably be the south side, and then there's like the north. So we'll say like closer to the bow or the stern. The closest one to you would be closest to the stern. Excuse me.
Yeah, the closest one to me.
Okay, you got it. You said 15 points of damage?
14.
14. Okay, cool.
And then I'll use the rest of my movement to move back towards the center.
Okay. Right here?
Yeah, and then then my last is just gonna shout up to Kofi, and any way you can make this thing move a little faster.
Yeah. So to be able to kind of make this thing move faster, he can try to do that. I will say the reality is when you when Adim shouted out Exitzachittles, the reason why he left from what he was doing to the helm is the idea that it's not going to matter.
Yeah, like in my head, sails are already out. It's going already. Like there's no, unless someone has like magic, there's no way this thing's going.
There's things actually like that he could do to make that ship go faster, like getting rid of weight, whatever. Right? There's a lot of things you could do. It's the idea that he knows that it's not going to matter. They're going to keep up with them no matter what. And I'll say actually with that, he will just yell out, "They need to die." And that's where we are. Okay, awesome. Ewolf is going to hold an action to try to let go I think it's entangling arrow, whatever it is. So we see from Ewolf just and you see this like kind of like weird sort of like almost snakish sort of vine kind of wrap around the arrow as he's holding it, just like nervously kind of like pointing out from either side, just waiting. That is Ewolf's turn. Titian, you're up. Ianthe, you're on deck.
Okay.
I mean, you're all of you are on deck, but
hey.
All those critters take psychic damage for that one.
It's been fun.
Oh god, I'm picking up Pathfinder now. This is ridiculous. All right, so I might have some DM questions for you, Joe, depending on how
Go for it.
stuff goes. But first things first, I think Titian being closer to that side, I feel like he can just lean over and see if he could see the I forgot what you're calling them, accidentals on that side.
No, you're the idea that he shot into the water and totally missed, you cannot see them.
You cannot see them. Okay. I think with that, Tushy would naturally run to see if he could see the other ones on the other side.
Cool. Yeah, it makes sense.
He's looking for something to hit, so I think he's going to run over there and see if he can spot anything.
And you can. The environment's turn, which will be at the top of the order, has not broken up yet. So the water has not moved back in.
Okay, so they're kind of exposed right now.
Correct.
All right. What are your rules for fighting underwater?
I mean, there's a lot of them.
I mean, like, you don't have any special rules. You just follow the regular 5e rules? Like disadvantage on anything that's not a short sword?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Okay. I'm debating on jumping in and just, like, starting to try to attack these things.
They're going to see you as the easiest target to kill first. I'm just going to tell you straight up.
I know, but it sounds so much fun. All right.
Don't be crazy.
Don't be crazy. I'm going to bonus. So you're going to see something from Titian that you've seen somewhat similar before, but you've never seen it slightly this way. So I think Titian's going to look over the side and go, "Oh man, fuck you!" And you're just going to see, like, from Titian go appear on the back side of the accidentals, an image of what you would associate with his hex image, but it really slightly looks different right now because it's no longer hex; it is actually Hunter's Mark.
Cool, love it.
So I think the biggest difference is that now the lion, the sort of picture of the lion that he uses for hex, it now has an eye patch on it.
Love it. Awesome. You Hunter's Mark that bad boy.
I Hunter's Mark it. So now I have, like, sort of some ability to find it if it goes further, those sorts of things. Also, so with that in mind, Titian will also... I think he's going to hold an action. He's gonna pull out his sword. Does it feel like when they were above the water, were they within reach of, like, a weapon, like a sword?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, this is a little bit late to do this, but I just kind of assumed you guys knew this. Adim made an opportunity for you guys to be able to attack these things now,
sure,
as opposed to on their turn. So it's not going to make very much of a difference on whether or not you're holding it or not. The Adim just really kind of truly fucked the DM over in going, yeah, I'm going to just take away the water for a second, in a beautiful way.
So Titian will then cast Toll of the Dead.
Okay.
Dead.
So they have 2 passive wisdom 15.
Cool. 1 second. 16.
They pass.
Nuts.
Okay. Is it the end of your turn?
That will be it. Yes.
Cool. You got it. Awesome. All right, Anthony, you are up.
Okay. So, Adim has the destroy water underneath one of them.
Both of them, because it's within a 10-gallon area. I would imagine it's kind of just in that sort of area there. You can see both of them.
Great. I'm going to do some stuff. Oh man, do I want to try to do? Okay. No, I'll wait. I'll hold off on that. I will shoot them with a ray of sickness.
Okay.
Wait, no. I will shoot them with a sacred flame. Because I can hit. Are they right next to each other? Ish.
They are right next to each other. Yes.
Great. So I can hit both of them with my Sacred Flame.
You got it. Is
I
that
shall
a
do
save
that.
or you? Are you?
That is a
am I rolling?
dexterity save.
Okay, you got it. They are extremely dexterous, except one rolled a natural 2. The other one managed to save from that. Do they both need to save, or only one of them do?
I think they both do.
Okay.
I would guess they both do. So typically, this is only one target, but because of my lunar subclass, I can hit 2.
Yeah. It should say specifically. I can help you in looking for that.
Just says the target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Well, this would be specifically because of what your...
It just says when cast,
I would look at it.
Choose to target
Yeah.
one creature as normal or 2 creatures within range that are within 5 feet of each other.
Okay. That's all it says?
That's all it
Yeah.
says.
All right. So, yeah, so I'm going to assume that they probably both need to make saves for that.
That would be my guess.
So, yeah.
What did I do? I know.
Okay.
See, here's where the good rolls come in. 11 damage.
Nice. Okay, cool.
It is radiant if that matters.
Are you hitting the one that is closer to the stern or the bow?
The
Stern is where the wheel is. Bow's the front,
Yeah.
where Adim is, essentially.
Stern.
You got it. Cool. Tell me how you want to do this.
Oh! I wasn't expecting that. So I feel like I hold both my hands out and it's nighttime, right?
Mm-hmm.
So probably just a little bit of moonlight. Like if you're watching Ianthe, you can see her sort of pick it from the sky and just blast it. And it almost barbecues it, like shrimp on the body.
Cool. Awesome. You see this thing, as you see it kind of drop, like sink immediately into the water. Its form kind of frozen in one.
It's got like
shape.
char marks on it from the grill.
Gross. Love it. Okay, cool. Back to the top of the order. This is when the water will kind of come back in. Aaron, it is your turn.
All right. I'm going to move towards the edge where they're looking over. We'll get up and then move towards the edge next to Titian. And can I still see them?
You're looking where Tish is?
No.
That's what happened at the beginning of the order. So the water kind of
fig. All right, then I'm gonna back up against the stairs and try to at least get cover from the one behind. That would be to the left.
Okay.
So that, yeah.
Cool.
And I'm just gonna healing hands myself.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. Cool. So in this moment, we see the Exensichitals go from not being able to be seen to truly not being able to be seen. As you're all kind of looking around, trying to kind of stay in that place of where they would originally be. We do know that there's I think it's only Ewolf that's holding an action. So the difficulty here is that we don't know where they're sprouting up. So I'm going to say Ewolf will have to attack with disadvantage.
What?
Yes?
Sorry. Well, I was just wondering because Hunter's Mark gives me advantage on any wisdom, perception, or survival check to find it.
Mm-hmm.
Like to know where it is. Is there a way I could use that to maybe help? Ewolf?
No.
I'm just saying.
For you, yes. For Ewolf, no.
But if I know where it's popping up, I can like point out like, hey, look at him from this direction.
In the concept of like the slow motion action of what's happening here, if you even said to Ewolf, hey, look in this direction, there's a time that he has to go, why would you know that, and then look in that direction. So no, I'm gonna have to put my foot down here. For the hunter's mark factor for you, yes, absolutely, you are not gonna have disadvantage when they pop up.
Okay.
I love the hustle though. Cool. All right, so we see them both pop up near Adim. So, before they're even able to attack, Ewolf is going to let loose that held action. Disadvantage. Those are 2 3s. So, unfortunately, definitely misses, as there's a... as we see that arrow kind of fly right over, going into the water. We see them both facing Adim at this point, recognizing that there's someone has some tricks up their sleeve. These figures, what you know from Exitzachittles is that they are smart enough to actually know a language. So that's something that we do know. So they're going to both attack Adim. That is...
Hold
I think one's going to miss. Yes.
Sorry, go ahead. No, never mind.
What were you going to
say? I might be looking to use a reaction.
Okay, what are you using?
Oh, I'm waiting to hear what the results, like what the numbers are for rolled attacks.
Oh, okay. So just say that depending on what the action is, I'm going to use a reaction.
Yeah.
Cool. One of them, I believe, misses with a 16.
Hits.
Words?
That hits. I have a 15.
That hits? Okay. All right. So they're both going to hit reaction.
Yeah. I'm going to use... you just see Tishkin sort of raise his hand a little bit, and just the filling of pop rocks touches like what will be their cheeks. And that's a silvery bar.
Okay, love it. Cool. So we'll have the lowest one roll again. That one was higher, unfortunately. That was a natural 16.
I will give advantage to myself, though.
Okay, you got it. So this one, first one to hit, does... math, sorry. 21, 26, 33, 26 plus 7.
Well, I can't parry that, so I'm down.
33. Okay, gotcha. You're down, which means I think...
I can't do that.
Yeah, I think technically with you going down on this, because this is happening sort of in motion, I'm going to give a re-roll on the second attack, because you're just like falling to the ground, right? So I'm going to see, just in case, we'll see. Okay, all right.
Your benevolence on this night that the dice are trying to kill us.
Dice don't lie, I'm sorry. The second one does hit, so you're going to automatically take two death saving fails. So Adim is down with 1 death save left. We know that above board. So we're going to take a second here, just out of combat. And Adim, I would like you to tell me, or tell us, what goes through Adim's mind as a possible final thought.
Oh, that music is annoying. That's what it needs.
I can take it off if you want. It's fully up to you, man.
Fine. I can start my music very easily. He's annoyed Exitzachittles are the ones that killed him. He always expects if he was going to die, he'd die on land.
Yeah.
I guess that's his final thought.
Okay, just annoyance.
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
it.
All right.
I don't. Enough. I just like really.
Irritation and disdain.
Yeah. I do think a thought does cross your mind. Like, these things seem to be much like, these things are a threat, but not like this. This is nuts.
That I've already processed. I'm assuming it's next to the chest or whatever's going on.
Sure.
That's either here nor there. As it just slices into me and throws me down. So
you got it. Cool. Yeah. So we see from your side, gang. We see. Oh man, Adim, you're coming up next, man.
I had the idea too.
Yeah, you're coming right up. Oh, wait. Yeah, you're right up. You're right up in the next in the initiative.
Let me get my idea out. It was gonna be so much fun. But anyway,
it was the idea of like in my view, the idea of like saying like, okay, this person just took away our like thing that we can do to get out of the way. He needs to be the first one we take out.
Do you want to know what I was going to do, just in case?
Sure.
I was going to ask you if I could force a water walk on them.
A water what?
Water walk, when they can't go underwater. It's supposed to be up to 10 willing creatures, but I was going to try and force it on them. See if you'd let me do it with the save.
Say it again, what you're saying? I have a hard time hearing what you're saying.
Water walk.
Water walk. Oh, to be able to walk on water. Oh, that's fun. I love that.
Hurt, they shoot up at 60 feet around.
Right. Oh, man, that's good.
I was going to see if I could force it, but can't now.
It happens. So here's what I'm going to say. Jack, this is completely up to you. As I tell everybody, you can roll above board, or you can roll above board, letting everybody know what you got, or you can roll and just tell me.
I would like to ask.
Yes.
If Jack rolls a fail, can I give him my inspiration to roll again?
I'm going to say in this moment, it depends. Okay, so it depends on what Jack wants to do. Jack, do you want to roll above board or below?
I can roll above board. I mean,
okay.
The reason for me not to, because I mean, I'm not going to lie. You're going to see on the field.
The only reason is to keep there's a we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so if you want to just keep it above board, then yes. If you fail, you can give the inspiration. That's totally fine.
Okay, sure. What do I need to roll above? What am I rolling?
I believe it's just a 50-50, so you have to roll an 11 or higher.
Okay, so you want me to roll now?
Yes.
Okay. 15.
Cool. That's one save. You got it. Cool. So you see Adim kind of like on the ground. You see blood kind of like splurting out of the chest, but you see there's a coughing sort of sound from Adim. Adim still seems to be alive for now. Bixeldan, it is your turn. Whew.
Okay, so they're both still up on that one side. Both of
the... sorry. No, they would go right back down.
Okay. Who is Aaron in the middle? Aaron and Green, are they like in the middle of the boat?
Yes.
I'm gonna vortex warp Adim to the middle, right to by like where they are.
Ooh, nice.
Cool.
So he's not on the edge.
You got it. Cool.
And I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I mean, I'm just gonna hang out, and if I get hit, I get hit. There's not much I can do about it.
Okay, so that ends your turn. All right.
I don't want to be right. I'm not right on the edge of the boat, though. Okay. Okay.
No, you're not. Okay, cool. So Kofi is finishing loading again. He's going to take the held action and just like steadying it on his arm as he's looking around to try to see where they're going to pop up. Okay. It is now Green's turn. E-Wolf's on deck.
Okay. I will use this turn to I'm gonna bonus action second wind on myself, and I will burn a spell slot and cast Cure Wounds on Adim.
Okay, you got it, Adim. You come back into existence. Welcome back.
I appreciate that.
And he'll just be like, "You good?"
Oh, we can't hear you, man.
Am I just at 1?
Now you can. Now we can hear you.
Bump me above that.
It's going to be 3d8 plus 4. I just got to roll it.
Oh, okay.
You good, man?
I think so. Those are tough. Tougher they should be. That's not right.
And he'll just, the last thing I gotta do is my movement, but I'll just stay in place.
Okay, you got it. Cool. So it's Ewolf's turn. Same idea. It's going to load another an arrow. It's going to be another entangle arrow. Titian, is your turn, and Ianthe, you're on deck.
Okay, so they've gone under again, correct?
Correct. And actually, with your hunter's mark, I'm going to say that you have a sense that they have gone under the ship.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking...
Well, sorry, the one that you've hunter's marked has gone under the ship.
the one I hunter's marked, yeah. Yeah, I would like to hope that Titian's trying to think about... He's thinking about, like, ambush tactics. He's thinking, like, even though it's natural, like it's natural predators, there's still some sort of rhyme or reason to it, right?
Yeah, there's tactics to this, yes, for sure.
So I think Titian's sort of trying to plan out where they might pop up next so that he can meet them as soon as they breach the surface. So specifically the one. And then position himself.
You got it. I'm going to say, because the thing is, these guys are able to swim underwater. They have a move speed. Mm-hmm. That move speed may be able to get them further than you can even get them to. Mm-hmm. You can even get to them on. I'll say if you're following the movement of the one that your hunter's marked in, it would be... say you probably move to right here.
Okay.
Actually,
I'm trying to anticipate more so where they're going to pop up. Like it's a little bit of guessing, I guess, but it's just.
It truly is. I think the idea of like you following where it's at from under the deck is what we're kind of doing. You're like kind of like, okay, you're here, so you're actually going to be. I put you where you would be. That's 10 feet of movement. Mm-hmm. But you also know if they're going to be coming up to the side. So let me switch the thing here. And I get what you're trying to do. I'm with you. The trouble is that there's always the factor that they could be further out of reach than you're able to move in that second, right?
Yeah.
So I will say that's where you are right now. You do know that if they're coming up from the sides of the ship. It is your choice on whether or not you want to be from the left of Ianthe or the right of Ianthe.
Where's Ianthe?
Directly in front of you.
Okay, I just can't make out her figure with the view.
It's, right there.
That one? Okay.
So that's you. That's it. Also, gang, just for the record, you can full screen this on your side now. So you can do that and zoom out and all that good stuff.
Yeah. I will be on the as I'm seeing it to the right of Ianthe.
Cool. You got it. Awesome. All right. Cool. All right, you move to the right. Are you holding an attack?
Yeah. At this point, I'll hold an attack. Do I have to declare if it's an attack with my sword or cantrip? I guess I'd need to say that, don't I?
I don't think you have Warcaster, right?
Warcaster? No.
Oh, no, you're holding
Warcaster is the only one that...
It's not an opportunity attack.
No.
I would say, dude, you're a paladin. I would imagine the smite's going to do a lot more damage than the cantrip. But
my concern is that if they're out of reach more than anything. So I'll hold my attack with the sword.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's a good point. Am I silly for looking this up? Yeah, no, you can hold your action whenever you want it to be.
I can just hold it? Okay. I'm just going to declare, like, I'll attack. I guess in what way will be...
Well, here's the thing. If you are doing a ranged cantrip and the thing pops up right to you, it's going to be disadvantaged.
Sure.
If you're doing an attack and the thing doesn't pop up to you, it's going to be just not far enough.
Yeah, I'll risk it and just prepare to attack with my sword.
You got it. Cool, awesome. Just kind of holding your sword out, just kind of like ready as soon as these things pop up.
I think, that's what I'll do. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Yeah,
you got it. Cool, awesome. Ianthe, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna ask. Was I able to, or would I have noticed what Adim was doing with the destroy water? Like, could I pick up on that and try to?
Yeah, you were right there. You were right there. Yeah, you saw that.
Great. I'd like to do the same thing that he did.
Okay. Where?
Oh, not at 4th level, just regular. I can't see them. Because they're under the ship, but I don't know that they're under the ship, right?
Right. I mean, Titian's right there. Titian could say to you, they're under the ship.
Okay, yeah, for RP's sake. Did anybody know where they went?
Titian's just going to look at you and go, we need a bigger boat. No.
I don't have that, but I have other things.
You tell them they're under the ship.
Yeah. I don't think Titian verbalizes it, but I have a feeling you would just tell that Titian's tracking them to some extent.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're like, because you're kind of like walking stagger step, like trying to find it, and then
Yeah,
okay, I'll look at Titian and be like,
Yeah, fucking like right down. Yeah.
And he just says bigger boat to you.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna affect the boat, but I guess I'll do it. I'll destroy water underneath where they are. If I can.
I don't know if that would do anything, though.
Okay. I have another option if that wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, what was your intention with that?
I was just trying to do what Adim did and made it like easier to attack them instead of having them come up out of the water.
Right. I'll tell you this. This is what happened. They thought they could get away with just being under the just under the surface, just out of view from you all. And then that happened. I would say also the reality is they wouldn't, like I said, they're relatively pretty intelligent. They wouldn't let that happen again.
Okay.
So.
Okay. In that case, instead, we'll say I didn't do that, and I will cast Death Ward on myself because I'm very hurt.
On yourself.
Yeah.
Can you do it on yourself?
I think so. I don't see why not. Such a creature, grant him a measure of protection from death.
Yeah. It's weird that it doesn't say one or the other.
I choose.
Yeah,
me.
I guess you can. Yeah, I can. Death Force save and death damage. You specify that you're casting Death Ward on yourself. So yeah, you can absolutely do that. Cool. Awesome.
Great. I choose me.
That's a good idea.
I'm a little glowier now.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, so these guys have not taken any damage yet. So, top of the round, you guys are continuing to kind of sail along at a speed that is not bad, but is not going to make a difference there. Aaron, it is your turn before it is their turn.
I will reach my hand out and offer to help Adim up.
Okay, you got it.
Hmm?
I mean, it's gonna take half. Oh, actually, okay. Now I'm getting why you're doing this. Love it. Cool. Adim, a hand is offered down to you.
Am I reacting now or at my initiative?
I would say in the terms of the role play of this moment, I'm totally okay with you acting now.
I will look Aaron in the eye, probably for the first time since we've met, and say, I appreciate it, but please leave me here. I'm trying to be nice, like I have an idea.
Okay.
And I will lay down and close my eyes like I'm dead.
Okay.
Well, that'll make sense until they come back up.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I mean, if I'm standing, they're going to.
I get what you're doing. Yeah.
I get what you're doing. I feel like all the if this was an episode of something, all the viewers are just like, oh, come on.
I was gonna say because right there. He probably just turns around to Aaron and like rolls his eyes like.
I get it. Like I also see like Aaron just being like, you know what, fuck it, and just walks off set like,
fine.
Well, that's why I should look towards. I appreciate that, but not right now. Like,
okay.
Bad. Like I wasn't just like taking my hand away, you know.
Okay. All right. You got it.
And with that, I'll be like, all right, at least let me do this. I will cast Prayer of Healing for myself, Kofi, Adim. Does anyone else look hurt?
I'm at half hit points.
I think everyone.
Everybody took damage, so yeah.
I'm pretty singed.
So myself, Kofi, Adim.
But that's a 10-minute spell, isn't it?
Ianthe.
Oh, does that take 10 minutes to cast?
Fuck! I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Do I have any instantaneous?
Love the idea.
Oh, great idea.
I was like, we all need it.
You can just hide in the corridor.
That's why it's second level, yeah.
Healing word.
Just tell them to like hold on for like 10 minutes. They can come back up.
Excuse me, bad guys.
Yeah, hold on. Give us a second. Plus your spellcasting modifier.
I'm out, HUD.
Well, you need this more than me, so I'm gonna give Adim my healing word. Because that's instantaneous. Holy shit, that's a good roll. 4, 11, so 16 more points of healing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that is a good roll. Holy cow.
And that is my turn.
And I say thank you in primordial quietly.
And
for the first time,
cool.
do not call you by your nickname. And
okay. Nice. Aaron, you still have an action. That was your bonus action.
I'm just gonna hold...
I will allow you to hold your action.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna hold Guiding Bolt. No, Sacred Flame. I'm gonna hold Sacred Flame until I see one.
Okay, you got it. Okay. Okay, so they're going to pop up now. I rolled a nat 1 on the one that pops up near Titian. So Titian, go ahead and just hold that sword down, man, as that thing comes flying up to hit it. I'm going to say with that nat 1, you don't even have to roll to see if you hit. You are definitely going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Can I roll to see if I crit?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. I've been rolling like shit all night, but you never know. It's got to turn around somewhere, sometime.
Oh, ow.
Did not happen. But I got. Are you going to count the silvery barbs roll with that one? I have to roll with it.
Yeah, I guess if you want to spend it there, yeah.
I don't have a like silvery barbs. You don't have a choice. You have to spend it for the next time.
Right. I was saying that you didn't have to roll to attack those. I'm gonna say you can hold that if you would like to.
I'll hold it. So that will be with a again, I'm holding my shield, so that will be with 1d8 plus 5. That'll be 8 points of damage. I'm going to put that's also plus another 6 for Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
So that's 8 plus 3. That is 11.
11. Nice.
Plus, let's go ahead and smite at second level because I can. No, actually, I'll save smite for the second attack. Because I want to try to kill this damn thing. Okay, so.
Hold on 1 second. I always screw this up. Okay. Help me.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the thing of holding an action. You can attack. You can use both your attacks.
Well, you're holding the action, and the action he can attack twice.
I hear that. I feel like I read somewhere where you cannot, and that's why I'm trying to make sure that I read that wrong.
Yeah, I have no clue about that. Nope.
You choose the action to take a response to that trigger, or choose to move at your speed in response to it. Trigger you can take your action. Oh, what's your action? Ready spells. Holding your action, move, holding your attack. Ready action lets you ready any action you can take, including attack, but extra attack is on your turn. You cannot.
Oh, okay.
So this is from Jeremy Crawford. The ready action lets you ready any action you can take, including attack, but the extra attack is on your turn. So that is a turn-based thing, not a action-based thing.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I'm going to smite this turn.
Smite that turn, man.
Because I gotta try to get as much damage as I can. So that's
what makes these pop-up like sort of things all the more difficult. Is that you're limiting your attacks for your marshals.
For sure. I'm smiting with second level, so that'll be 3d8. Cool. And that'll be an additional 16 points of damage. So that's 27 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Hey!
I think it sort of just comes up. And as soon as it comes up, I think Tishine just goes, "Oh, good day," and like he just cuts it right in half.
Okay, cool. I was like, cutting it in half. You definitely want to go this way because it's so horizontal based.
I almost feel like it's baseball swing, and like it's just yeah.
No, I like the harder version, and you just like slice it like a. Yeah. Oh, you said thinner? Got it, and you slice it through.
Does it cost a bonus action to reapply Hunter's Mark? I think it does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and this is happening on their turn, so yes.
Okay.
But you still have that. You have it up until your next bonus action to be able to reapply that. You know what I mean? So you're still good. You're in the clear for it.
Yeah.
Cool. So the other one sees you just fucking one hit this dude. That comes up and was. Okay, cool. Was aiming for Ianthe, and I think it's gonna. I rolled to see if it continues to do what it's gonna be doing, and it's gonna continue to do what it's gonna be doing. So that's a natural 17 to hit.
Silvery barbs on that.
You don't have. You were using your held action as a reaction.
Oh, okay. All right.
What's the total?
Sorry. Yeah. The total is. Yeah, I forgot you have like shield and stuff.
Yeah.
That is 22 to hit.
Okay, I'll take the hit. I can't shield against it.
Okay, you got it.
Should I do my Sacred Flame after this?
Ooh.
I completely forgot about the held actions. The held actions were for when they had come up. So please do it now. I apologize. Because that also means the other ones.
Yeah.
Should I roll just regular?
It's a save. It's not an attack.
Yeah, it's a save, right?
Oh, it is a save, duh.
Yep.
16 dex save.
Okay, they have really good dex, but a 15 is not going to cut it.
Hell yeah. 7 plus 5, 12 damage.
Okay, 12 damage. Nice. Cool. That definitely hurts. So now we have Kofi, who is shooting with disadvantage. That was a nat 1. And then we have Ewolf, who's shooting with disadvantage. One of them was a natural 17. The other one misses too. I'm rolling really bad on disadvantage stuff. I'm actually rolling pretty bad for them too, so it equals out. So both attacks miss. As you, I'd say at least one of them went for the one that was already dead. Okay. 3, 13, 22, 30. 30 points of piercing damage for Ianthe.
On me?
Yes.
30? This is why I did Death Ward. So I go down, and then I come back up at 1.
Yeah, Death Ward saved your ass. I love that.
I needed that.
Awesome. So you come back up with 1 hit point as you see it go back down.
I weakly give it the finger.
Now it's just 1 left, gang. Okay, Adim, your turn.
So before I tell you what I want to do, am I at all, do you think, able to force that water walk? It's supposed to be on living creatures, but I'm angry at it. But also, I kind of want to. I want to use that amulet. I'm not sure how to use that amulet. Increasing my heart rate.
Okay.
If I can tap into its power to force a water walk on this thing.
Range 30 feet. 10 willing creatures you can see within range. Casting time 1 action. Duration for an hour. I'm gonna say this. If you let's see, how do we want to do this? Trying to use the power of the amulet, which you said you just want to do, so we'll say that doing that. Using the amulet on its own is going to allow you pretty much advantage on this roll. To be able to do this. So, let me think about what the DC is before you roll it.
Right. Well, there's
concept.
A roll for me. If you roll again, it's a roll for it to save.
It's a roll for you to be able to target where it would be.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of the range that I would think. Like it's got to be on you rather than on them.
That's fine. I'm bending the rules significantly, so that's why I'm asking.
Right. But I love that. That's crazy. So yeah, it's a third level spell. It's pretty powerful. So I'll say this. Okay. DC is 15 or higher. You get two cracks at this using the amulet.
Okay. I got a 9 and a 9. So no.
Oh,
jeez. Got a 9 and a 9. Okay. Well, I tried.
Here's what I am gonna say too. You have you feel, because you're touching the amulet as you're like trying to kind of invoke the feeling through it here.
Yeah.
You feel everything around, even in the slow motion of this, you feel everything kind of go even slower. As you're trying to look for it, you're kind of sending that pulse out. Both come back empty, but you are able to, I'm going to say in this moment, you're able to move double your distance. And you're reacting to things that are moving in slow motion, almost as if they're, no matter what they are, almost as if they're solid. So like the gunfire from the smoke itself, you could possibly do something with. The water itself, you could easily walk on top of it if you wanted to. There's things that are here that are that even if they're gas or a liquid, you can use as if they were a solid.
Wow. Okay. I don't know where to go with that.
You invoked it right in the middle of battle, so there's no easy way to give you the.
I can use it as it's a solid.
So you can use anything that is so any like three forms of like gas, solid, liquid. You can change to you can use as a malleable sort of
okay,
a malleable sort of source.
Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here then. So since that's what I'm feeling, can I sense it slicing through the water and know where it is, like 100 mark?
Absolutely.
So then I just start. I'm holding it, and I close my eyes, and I just start pointing where it's going. I'm like, follow the finger.
You got it. I love that. I think that's great. Yeah, I think that too. Like, you send those out as like spells in there, so you know where it's not, and that's when you like take a second and just take a big deep breath, and that's when you start to notice the water underneath the ship moving, and you sense that there's the water underneath the ship seems to be moving. The waves seem to be changing in a trajectory that tells you exactly where this thing is.
Okay.
Super cool.
And my tattoos are glowing again.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Very cool.
So yeah,
great.
So I have a bead on it. It's follow my finger. Like close my eyes and just concentrating on it. That's my turn.
Awesome. And you'll see like you're pretty much pointing under the deck for now. So it's taking its time. It's recognizing you guys are smart on this. You're knowing, you're in a spot of like when it comes up, everyone's gonna have straight rolls on it if you're within range to hit it with whatever you're gonna be hitting it with. Because it's knowing that I'm gonna come up when I'm ready to come up. So
am I able to spend my ability to get a second action? And then
that was your second action. That's why I gave that to you.
Okay, then don't worry about it.
Yeah. Good question. That was exactly what that was.
Okay.
It's kind of, in some ways, it's kind of like a buffed up haste. That's come to. Cool. Bixeldan.
I'm just gonna hold my action until he pops up.
You got it. What are you holding, and what's the trigger?
I'm holding a mind sliver as soon as I see him.
You got it. Cool. Awesome.
So like my tool just starts humming, and
nice.
I'll shoot him when he can.
You got it. Awesome. Okay, cool. So that was Bixeldan's turn. Kofi, it is in... So it's a bonus action. Yeah, it's a bonus action to reload. So he's going to take that bonus action to kind of reload that flintlock. Same idea. It's going to be holding an action, following along with the finger of where Deem is pointing at. Grian, you're up.
I'll use my bonus action to pop wings, and I will basically fly up to the middle of the ship, so I'll see this thing no matter what.
Cool. Love it.
And then I will hold my action to attack it when I see it.
Got it. Okay, cool. All right, E-Wolf, same thing. It's going to be the last grasping arrow that he has. That's what it was called, grasping arrow. And then Tishin and then Ianthe. So Tishin, you're up.
Okay. Things underwater. I honestly don't know the answer to this, Joe, so I'm not trying to get anything over on you. The hold an action, I understand the hold an action to like attack. If I held an action to Misty Step, would I be able to attack right after it? Like, if I wanted to hold an action to Misty Step to get where it's popping up, would I be able to do a successive attack right after that?
So a weird, I can't remember exactly how it's worded, but you cannot hold bonus actions. There's a specific thing with that, the way that it's worded, that I think we can look it up, but truly I don't think it's going to help you in this moment here. Mm-hmm. So no.
Okay.
I think you can like hold your whole turn to go like after somebody, but you can't hold like.
Yeah, holding a turn is going to be a little bit different, but that means you're also taking that point in initiative every single time too.
Yeah, I don't think that would help because this thing is popping up and going low every turn. So it's like that's not. All right.
I'll say just for the record, what you're frustrated with is on purpose. It is.
100%. I think Titian will take the chance, and he is going to lay on hands himself.
Okay. Got it.
Because right now he doesn't have any way to do anything. He's going to lay on hands himself and heal himself for Let's just do 25 points of healing.
Cool.
Just 25.
And then absolutely can't hold anything. Okay. I think that's all I can do right now.
Okay. You got it. Ianthe.
Okay. I think everybody is holding actions, right? For this thing. I just want to get out of the way. Because if this thing hits me, I'm totally fucked. So I would just like to get out of the way.
Put yourself like right there. I'd say like even I think there's a door there. You even want to put yourself in the doorway there, you could.
Yeah, I'll do that, and then I don't know what I can do that can be helpful. I guess along with everybody else, I'll prep a sacred flame to shoot at it, just in case.
Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. That's fine. So we'll say in that case you're not in the doorway, because I'll say if you're in the doorway, you're going to have a hard time seeing it when it comes up. So if you want to just put yourself behind the staircase and assume I'm close enough.
Yeah, like
cool.
Backed up against the door or something.
You got it.
I swear, it can't get me, because I have 1 hit point.
Okay. Aaron, you are up.
All right. Let's see. I am going to throw a healing word at Ianthe. And then hold another sacred flame for when it comes up.
You got it. Cool. All right. So
just blasting this thing with light.
I'm gonna remind you all something that hopefully we're not gonna have to worry about. What we saw was two of the Exitzachittles let off that crazy sort of lightning blast thing. One of them has yet to do so. So you better kill it before it kills you.
That's the hope.
So it's going to come up, and you guys have your held actions, and it's taking damage, and you're not going to have disadvantage on your attacks as long as you're within range on this. Titian, I don't believe you've held anything. You did lay on hands, right?
I did lay on hands. I have nothing to hold, yeah.
You got it.
Would you permit me getting into a position where at least some people could be affected by my aura, just in case? Because I feel like I'm off by myself over there.
You are...
Like, just stand under the mass a little bit, I guess?
I will let you roll a d20 to see if you... can do that within time, we'll say.
Okay. I just rolled a 16.
Cool. You got it. Absolutely.
And Ianthe, you get 11 points of healing.
11, thank you. Hooray.
So it has... Yeah, it has the reach to do this. And, Queen, you're up above it. Actually, put you in here. Okay. So, this thing, I'll tell you, Titian, has reach. It just hasn't had to use it.
Oh.
So, it's coming up on your side. You totally destroyed its friend. It's coming after you.
Not fair.
Oops.
But seeing the extended sort of range out from where you guys are, instead decides that it's going to try. You'll see the electricity sort of crackling from its mouth. Everybody who has a held action, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll to see if my guys hit, because that's gonna be okay. One of them is pretty good. The other one was bad. So we'll say Kofi hits, because Kofi hasn't hit in forever.
Yeah, Kofi.
So that is. Yeah, so you're all going to let loose on things here in a second. I just want to tell you exactly what you need to make. That is... I'm not going to tell you what you guys need to make.
Okay, for me, he needs an intelligence 18 save.
Ooh, jeez. Okay.
And for me, it's a dex save of 16.
Dex 18 for me.
Fails the intelligence.
So that will...
Dex of 16? Hold on one second. Let's see what it fails and what it makes, because this will be interesting.
Yes.
16, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Makes that save.
Actually, Joe, it matters. Because if he fails to save against me, he has minus D4 to his next saving throw.
Cool. Awesome. So we'll minus the 4 on that.
So do we want to
so
go
that
in order
is
of, like...
that's a 50. No, hold on, gang. It's don't worry. You're all gonna get a chance to be cool. Hold on. So yes. So the minus D4 will happen right because Aaron was the next one that was talking about it, which is a -1 to the Dex save, which was had to be a 16 or higher. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it had a 17. It went down to a 16. So unfortunately, that still saves from Aaron.
Dang it.
Green. What's the save, or what's the attack?
Mine's just Eldritch Blast, so...
Go ahead and roll to see if you hit. And then I think we had others that were going to, right? Ianthe.
Dex 18 for me.
Fail. Okay, gang, go ahead and roll your damages.
8 psychic from me.
Okay.
I got a 20 and a 12. So I think the 20 hits.
It's only one attack. Or no. Your Eldritch Blast counts
2.
as one attack, correct?
Yeah.
And it's 2 rays, right? Isn't that how that works?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So 12 misses, 20 hits.
9 radiant damage from me.
9 radiant. So there's a number that I think that you guys have to beat, not because to kill it, but to be able to kill it before it tries to kill you all, as it's going at that same time. So we're not rolling to see if you kill it.
9 force damage plus 3 radiant damage. So that's 12 damage.
12. Okay, cool. I have an 8, I have a 9, I have a 12. Is that it?
Yep.
And then Kofi hit for... I'll tell you guys. I won't tell you guys. Okay.
We've got 29 on him.
You guys have 29. Okay, cool. We'll count it based on what you guys have. All right.
Am I missing one?
Let's see. Let's have Titian and Adim both roll a d20 for me.
Oh my god. All right, Joe, I rolled a nat 1.
Ooh.
Fantastic. That's very good.
I rolled a 7.
That's very good. That's very good, gang. The goal was to see if your d20s was over the amount of damage that you did on that. A nat 1 and a 7. Fantastic, gang. As you did 39 points of damage in a single turn on it as a reaction from everybody. This thing, you see it just, and you see it start to kind of arc out as just fireworks essentially go off on this thing, as it takes damage from everything, being able to roll straight rolls without disadvantage on anything because of a dean being able to track it. Titian, you see fish guts just all of a sudden just all over your face. You are covered in just disgusting exogenal blood. As you see it kind of collapse and go in, and the night goes quiet as we take this opportunity to take our 10-minute break. So we'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Holy moly. fight. Go fight. All right. And we are back. So, as we deal with the, I think, immediate after effects. Actually, one point of order I do want to say that is something that's going to be possibly important here, is that the body of this Exitzichitl actually does fall onto the deck of the ship, the last one you guys took out.
Ew.
Yeah, super gross. But as you guys are kind of catching your breath, Kofi is going to climb down and I think takes this moment to kind of just, I think he just sits at one side of the ship and just kind of like sits there and like looks out. I think part of him is, it could, depending on how you guys want to look at it, looks like he might be scanning for like more possible like weird things happening. But it's pretty dark out. It's pretty hard to see. Yeah. So as you all are kind of gathering yourself up and trying to kind of take a breath on here, what do you guys do?
Since that was kind of loud and ruckus, I'm going to check on Alyssa first.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Actually, I'll
With gunshots going on and such.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
check on Danzig for similar reasons.
Like when fireworks.
I'm going to say,
My room's covered
Chelsea,
in
go ahead and
poop.
roll me, Chelsea, roll me a d20.
Bah! That's been going great tonight. 13.
13. You notice that the door to the room where Danzig is staying at has been ripped off, but has been now stuck to the other like it's an extremely like short hallway, like really kind of close. So it's now like the top of the door is leaning up against the other like the opposite wall. And it's not, because it's so short, it's not enough space for Danzig to even like get out. So you see like nasty sort of claw marks and everything. The door is off the hinges, but it is still kind of stuck in its place there.
Yeah.
Alyssa's fine. No change at all.
Okay.
Dean would like to check the Exitzichitl, less for treasure and more for markings, and to see if the Exitzichitl's maw would be a match to the dead sea elf that we found.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll animal handling, and I'll say go ahead and do so with advantages. I assume you're getting help. And anybody who wants to do guidance can as well if you wanted to.
Well, my best roll was a 19, so I'll take it.
That's pretty good. Is anyone helping him out on this too?
In the 19.
I feel
If
like
I
I would
would-
be the
if-
best person
if
to
I-
help, but I'm not there.
Like I said, if I wasn't checking on Alyssa, I would have helped him.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd allow you to come back out and
Okay,
help
yeah,
him.
I would have helped him.
Tishian, you're definitely the closest. It basically almost fell on you, but you think you're doing something else.
I just think Tishy would turn his attention to Kofi. He
Cool.
literally,
That makes sense.
he literally had his knife to one of my party's neck, so it's like,
Sure.
I was going to say the same thing. I would be going to Kofi.
Okay, you got it.
And I swapped
Okay.
out guidance for something else last week, so I can't give it.
That's fine. You still get me
got it.
by helping.
But I'll still help.
Yes, and with a 19, that is enough. So as you're specifically checking the maw, it is a very wide maw. You see like the mouth as you touch it, you actually feel like a little like of just like leftover sort of spark that kind of comes up. And looking at it, right, you can even like kind of like check around the skin, whatever. I'd say with a 19, you do get the feeling that it is for sure big enough and probably about the same size as what killed the messenger.
Okay. So that
It is, it has been like partially like exploded as far as like I think you probably see there's organs and things that are kind of like spilling out of it. I'd like you to, with a 19, because I know you're checking on the mouth. Where did I have you roll, actually? Did I say animal handling?
You said animal handling, so I rolled that twice.
Okay, cool. Animal handling. There's a level of, I think, what you would recognize as like. So I know its bite is this. I also could see what it has eaten.
Okay, sure. Yummy.
If you think your character would be like,
yeah, it's dead. It's meat. I'll cut it up. I'm not hurting it. You know,
you got it.
Even if I was, it tried to kill me. So I have no sympathy right now.
Cool. Is Bixeldan interested in?
I'm not discovering this. I do want to say I'm verbalizing what I'm discovering.
Cool.
Like, okay, the law works. That way Bix knows. Anybody else who's in earshot can kind of keep up on it. I'm not.
Yeah.
Bix is interested because this is something that shoots lightning.
Cool. All right. Are you interested in the biology sort of part of it at all?
It shoots lightning, yes.
Okay. Cool. So I'll say with the 19 kind of carrying on over to that, opening up the stomach, you see a lot of things come out. You see a significant, like a crazy amount of fish, right, which is to be assumed. You see random like bits of coral and things like that, but you also see an arm come out.
Ooh.
The arm catches you off guard.
An arm, correct?
Say that again?
The body that we found was not missing an arm, correct?
It was not missing an arm.
Okay.
Yeah, it was not missing an arm, and you see that there is something that it seems to be attached to the wrist.
What?
Whoa.
You see on the wrist is a bracelet that is often given as a token of understanding of service, as well as respect of the higher order. This was an Honorian guard's arm.
Okay, so the body that we found was Sea Elven, but this is probably a Triton arm?
This is a Triton arm. And specifically, a Triton that was a high guard of Honoria.
Okay, I again verbalize this is a Triton high guard bracelet.
Yeah.
And kind of like, we need to figure out what's going on. So it's not like I'm pocketing it like, well, ha, I'm rich, but like I'm looking at it like, is there a name engraved? Is there any writing? Can I see, like, if it's a gift to a high guard, there might be a to so-and-so for service or from this regiment because of, maybe? I don't know how they do
that. Good question. There's definitely no writing on it, but one thing that you do know, and I'll say because we've kind of made these rolls in the past here, it looks... it has kind of like a double-edged sword sort of concept to it. I'm kind of putting all of this into the high roll that you got and something that we would probably just honestly figure out over time on this. It has a resemblance of a shackle, but it is golden. I would say, like, we'll call it a passive religion check as far as like the culture is concerned and things like that. You get the idea that to be in the service of the King of Honoria is service. It is something that you are there until death. That is your job. That is your title. This seems to be some sort of representation of that in both the idea that you are now tied to this.
Okay.
Until death. Death is the only thing that would release you from this. But also the golden. It's very it's like a lot of like filigree things like that. Most likely, probably for a lot of Honorian guards, their most prized possession.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were there any other markings on the arm?
You don't notice any sort of other than like scratches and things like that. You don't notice anything.
Any rings?
No rings.
Okay.
When Tritons die in Honoria, what's done with their body? Like I said before, I think it would be picked to the coral reef, but is that...
Yeah. It depends. The only thing that I know for sure, let me check real quick, is I know that highborns are buried.
Okay.
But they're buried in a specific tomb, essentially.
Okay. But this person with his bracelet would not be highborn?
Not be highborn, no.
Okay.
Unlikely.
So we have a murdered sea elf and an Honorian Triton arm.
Wasn't Well, yeah, I guess it depends if you consider these creatures sentient to the fact that they'd be murderers, or was it just
They are.
Chittle are sentient.
Yeah, they are sentient. Yeah.
okay?
Okay, well, that's disturbing. Was there any markings on the existing Chittle, like saying that they was part of something else, like a brand, a tattoo, a scarring?
That's a good question.
We just killed an Exochittle book club, and their markings show that.
Oh, I just realized we don't have any music. I think you do see. Yeah, you do see a marking. You see a marking underneath the like just like right underneath where the neck is, in like the most vulnerable sort of area. There is what looks to be like scarring. The scarring is primordial in the language.
And what does it say?
It says a singular sentence. It says, "Magic is in the blood."
Oh, hell no. Okay. That does not make me happy. So I'm writing down that even though I'm fluent in primordial, I still write it down because that's correct. And that's not good. Okay. Hey guys, we have an issue.
You think?
No, it's a connected issue. There are things. You want to come down here? So you want to come over here?
Yeah, I would say I honestly like Kofi
I'll
would
come over, yeah.
come closer. Yeah, so I think anyone who's like
Actually,
comes over and takes a look.
Actually, I think Tishian would stop Kofi from getting closer to the rest of the party.
Okay, how do you want to stop him?
First of all, like, what is Kofi's like body language in this moment? Like, is he still hostile towards us? Is he still?
Roll an insight check.
Okay. All right. No, that didn't count. All right. All right. Insight. That'll be a 21.
Cool. With a 21, you see I think you get a sense of depression. Not in the I'm just sad. You get a look that seems almost dead-eyed. There's something that has broken in Kofi. That was probably hanging by a thread.
All right.
So how do you stop him?
Here, put that on me. All right.
You said you stop him. How do you stop him?
Yes, I said I stop him. I'm going to stop him. I think Tishian just looks at him. Even with that, Tishian looks at him and goes, "Hey, you stop right there."
He stops.
Until otherwise, I'm not going to let you have a chance to put another knife to a friend's neck. There, bucko. I don't know why I just said bucko, but that's not a thing. All right. Are we going to have any more problems? Are you going to you going to try to keep going after us?
You need a ship. You can have this one.
All right. So you're giving us your ship now?
No, he's not. I yell before he can say anything. He's not thinking clearly. It's yours, Kofi.
Yeah.
But I would like him to come down here because this may involve him too.
But
Just shrugs your shoulders.
We don't need a ship. We need a friend. Are you going to be our friend? That's what we really need in this moment.
I have no interest. In being friends with you people.
All right. Well, that sucks. This whole thing sucks. It didn't have to be this way, Kofi. You know that, right?
Titian, I'd like you to roll an insight check on yourself.
All right.
Because Titian's a pretty relatively like... I think the concept in my mind of Titian is that there's a part of Titian that is able to kind of like fully get a grasp of sides of situations. There's a little bit of a mediator sort of factor to Titian.
No, Titian's definitely putting himself in between Kofi and the group just for the sake of trying to protect. I think Titian sees what's going on in Kofi, but it's also, and I think Titian could recognize a little bit of that. And
I don't know. I don't know if you, Matt, see it. That's why I was kind of having you roll back, because I want to make sure that there's an opportunity for your character to be able to see what maybe you, the player, don't.
Sure. That was a 12.
12. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think 12 is high enough in this moment. I think there's probably a lot of what Titian is feeling is you fucked with my group. That comes first, and that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's just been so much on this adventure already where it was, hey, let's just walk up to this group, and then all of a sudden Ianthe's stabbed, or hey, let's go do this, and then all of a sudden we're like, I think there's a lot of that. Like the Titian is still willing to give chances, but it's also like he's not as ignorant as he was at the beginning of this.
Yeah. So I think in this moment, there's yelling for you all to kind of come here, but I'd say as you're kind of standing between them and the group, you see Kofi put his hands out like this. He's just staring at you.
I think Titian, this is in character. Actually, I fucking hate this, but Titian does this. Titian will walk up, and I think he's going to put his knot tying to good use and tie Kofi up for just the moment and take him. He's going to sort of make sure he doesn't hurt any of his friends.
Mm-hmm. He motions to his cutlass that he has on his side. He motions to the flintlock he has on his side. He'll tell you that there is a knife in his boot. Yeah.
Titian will take all of that. Titian will be as gentle as possible. He's not going to be rough in any way. He's going to, if anything, try to show respect for someone who is being as direct and honest in this situation. And then I think Titian will just sort of take this, and then he'll take Kofi and he'll sit him down on deck and on the nicest surface he can find to do so.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, for right now. I mean, he's not gonna.
I just don't think there's a nice surface on this deck.
No,
yeah.
I mean,
I get what you're trying to say, but there's
one that isn't covered in
either. I think there's a point where, like, as a DM, I'm like, dude, either tie him up or don't. Like, if you're gonna tie him up, you're tying him up. It's fine. It's what it is. But there's no middle ground here. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I would say as in regards to this, like I'll put this way, like it's going to be a 10-foot distance to even be able to kind of come closer to the group on this. So it's not a crazy journey to get to them. So you see Kofi just kind of sits next to the mast, just sits down.
Okay. All right. We'll talk later, but just right now, I guess just hold tight while we check out this thing that Adim's talking about.
Okay. To be clear, everyone in the group, you can see it's not a big boat. You can see Kofi is tied up.
Adim looks disappointed but not surprised in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
But when is Adim not looking like that at Tishian?
Rarely. So basically, I point out the scarring.
Yeah.
And well, no, actually, that's last. I say first, I found this arm in the creature's belly. It's an Orion. I think it's Triton. He was wearing this. I pulled the bracelet out. This is a mark of servitude to the king, so it's probably an honored guard and a bolt. Also, go with the maw. This maw is the same size that killed the sea elf that Ianthe and I found underwater. So, given that these things attacked soon after we came up with the chest, I'm guessing that either these or another group of them were what killed whatever that sea elf is, in whatever position that sea elf held. I don't know how to say it. What concerns me more, and I'll turn it over and point out to the scarring. This scarring here is primordial for our magic. The magic is in the blood. And the last thing Tal said was, our magic is in the blood. Now, I really hadn't said anything, because I don't know who the hell Tal is. But for those of you who forgot, that was the booming voice that was like everyone heard. I said, I don't know who Tal is, and I didn't know if I was putting my own, if I was projecting onto it, but he said some weird things in his speech. And one thing bothered me. The one thing that bothered me is he said the tides of change. It's supposed to be the winds of change, not the tides of change. I suspected this was some kind of underwater thing, but now that he's got it's chittle working for him by all evidence, I'm wondering how aquatic this Tal person is. So the boat may not be the safest place for us to be. We definitely check out that chest. I am done. I will leave it up to you to figure out what to do next. And I just sit down next to Kofi with my arms folded.
Okay, cool. So before we have any sort of further role play on this, I think I need history checks from Aaron and Bixeldan.
Something I'm good at.
And actually, Aaron, I will allow it to be a religion check if that helps you in this. If it doesn't,
but because I'm good at it, I rolled a 2, so I got a 10.
Okay.
Hey, because I'm good at it as well, I rolled a nat 1, so.
So here's the crazy thing on this. First off, I will, as a DM, I will tell you everything that Adim just said makes a lot of sense. So the good news is you didn't have to roll for much. This was to see the extra information that you've had. It is true. Adim said our magic is in the blood. Magic is in the blood is what you've read there. That phrase matches up with that for sure. The tides of change is something that was said in there. That is for sure. There is a good amount of proof here to say that Tal has infected not only the land but the waters as well.
Well, right now I can tell you what Bix is doing is he's sketching out that whatever the writing is, even though he doesn't speak primordial, he can still copy the thing that says the magic's in the blood, and then try to figure out how this thing made lightning.
Yeah, I say with that, I'm going to say that's like an extra sort of biology sort of check. So I'd say that's medicine or animal handling. I'll allow either.
Oh, these are both wisdom. That sucks. It can't be nature.
Oh, I'll allow nature. Yeah, that's fair.
Son of a gun. 11.
11. Cool. You still have this body. It will take a couple days to rot, but you cannot figure it out tonight. You're also pretty dang tired, gang. You're getting close to having to take another long rest here. So
I'm also pretty low on HP, but that's a different story.
You're seeing it and you're like blacking out a little. Just like.
Can I ask a question? Like, totally, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But is Bixeldan sketching to like try to understand the creature? Is that what I'm understanding?
Well, I'm sketching that, and I'm sketching the writing, the scar that was on him.
The reason I'm asking is because it wasn't that long ago that he touched my beard and was really good at drawing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just wondering if that would give him any buff or something.
Not by itself, no.
It's cool. No, I mean, I don't know how to roll dice, so I get it.
Dry now.
My two best skills, my best skills are Thieves' Tools, Arcana, and History, and I can't seem to roll above a 2.
Yeah.
I have +8 in all of those.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if nobody else is doing anything, like they're all just staring at the body while Vix does that, I walk over to the chest.
I was getting ready to say, after I got my writing done, my next place was to get back to the chest.
Yeah, go ahead and get back to the chest.
Yeah, I think Tishian will be there too, at the chest.
You got it.
And was it unlocked yet?
It is not unlocked yet. I'm going to give just an opportunity if there's anything that you guys want to do in the changeover here, or if you guys are just waiting for that scene to change, that's totally fine. Cool, awesome.
I do want to
you
talk
guys...
to Kofi, but later.
Okay,
like when
you got it.
He's not.
Okay, cool. Yeah, all right. So yes, you guys walk over to the chest. Bixeldan, I'm not going to be like mean to you to roll again. I think, roll again and then tell me it's not a nat 1. That's the only thing that's going to really
Wait, before you do that, I'm going to give you the invincibility.
That's fully not a guarantee the way things are going tonight.
I know. So you get advantage on your check.
Got
That's
it.
A level 2.
+8. 25.
25, yeah. 25 was the DC. No, was it? Or was it 20? Whatever it is. It opened.
Hooray!
Yeah. You find... I hate to be a dunce here, gang, but there's something that's going on with the site that I have this stuff loaded onto. So we may have to hold off on what you see. Hold on. Actually, hold on. No, I found it. Great. Okay. Okay, so here's what I need. I need Bixeldan to roll me a D10.
Okie dokie. D10. For 8.
Jesus, that's really good. Okay, cool.
8 staffs of power.
It's 8. It's 8 rods, gang. You did it.
What?
We win.
I thought you were serious for a second. I was like, what?
You beat D&D.
We won. Go us.
I want to make the sky turn green when I do my thing.
Now it's time for New Game Plus.
Okay, cool. I think
I'll work on my
4
speech.
and 5. All right. So, what you find as you guys kind of open up the chest, you find a first off a pendant that has a shimmering blue gemstone in the middle. It looks like it's like kind of a necklace, but has like kind of like a teardrop sort of shape. You can go ahead and mark that name as the Mermaid's Tear pendant.
I love it.
That's got Titian's name written all over it.
Absolutely, of course. You see a simple, small golden ring with a small sapphire in it. I'm just going to say just name it as ring for now.
Because in the morning, I can identify all this.
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
I don't have the spell for the day.
Cool. You notice you find something that looks to be just like a polished, clean conch shell. Like has that kind of like that sort of relaxed coral pink look to it. Doesn't seem to hold any sort of specific weight or anything that looks different from the that gives it any sort of feeling of magic to it. I'm going to say go ahead and mark that down as the singing seashell. You find a locket that essentially kind of looks like a timepiece that you open the clock face, and you can see that the glass in the frame has broken so bad that you cannot see the minute or second hand. I'm going to say just put that in as a locket for now. This is fun. So you take out a dagger that, as it's kind of sitting in the chest, you don't see anything remarkable specific about it. You see that there's it kind of has this like sort of like Bowie knife sort of look to it. That there's like a wrap that's kind of tied around it from going from the beginning of the blade itself into the hilt. But as you hold it up in the moonlight, you see that it happens to glow a bright sort of silver. So you go ahead and put down the moonlit dagger. You find a... Did I skip the ones that I wanted to? Just want to make sure. Yes. You find a small glass bottle that is corked. It has like kind of this this smoky sort of glass inside, and you can see that there's a liquid inside that is just sitting, just like it just looks like some sort of like clear liquid. As you hold it, who's holding it? Who do you think's holding it?
I am.
Shout it out. Cool.
I feel like Bix is just like taking everything out. Like,
yeah. So Bix, you're taking it out.
Like a child in a drawer.
I'll say, roll me a sleight of hand check.
Okie doke. 11.
I wanted you to roll low on this. That's very cool. So great. With an 11, as you're holding this, you actually find yourself like kind of like fumbling it just because it's light, it's glass, it's not something that really seems to be. It's delicate, so you fumble it, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as you kind of like catch it in your hands, you're able to catch it before it falls. You see that the liquid inside like sloshed around, and as you hold it, it doesn't stop. It keeps going. As it seems to kind of like move into like a small sort of like whirlpool. So go ahead and put down Bottled Storm. You find a smooth opalescent gemstone, which I think is just means it's opal, right? Isn't opal like a? I gotta look up opal.
Yeah, it's a gemstone.
Yeah.
It's
but it's like white, right? Or okay, yeah, so it's like that like kind of like prismatic sort of bluish white. Yeah. That's what I was thinking it was. And it's just kind of encrusted into into like this sort of almost like a golden sort of pendant, but there's no like chain or anything around it. It seems like it's been like put into it was meant to be put into something of a form of jewelry and only got the base of it. Does that make sense?
Like a medallion, kind of, just like.
Yeah, kind of like even like smaller, like almost like something that just seemed to like kind of crust around.
It's just the setting, basically.
It's just the setting, yeah. Perfect. Yeah. And then the last thing you pull out is a very it's weird. You actually thought that for a second that was it. In the crate itself. But as you kind of like tip it, you can hear money moving around. You can hear gold kind of like sloshing around in there. But you look down and all you can see is just black emptiness. And so as you put your hand down, you actually feel there is some sort of cloth here. Yeah. As you pull out a cloak that is as black as the night sky. And we'll say for now, I'll just go ahead and set aside Shadow Cloak. And then underneath, you guys find 5,000 gold.
Money!
Yeah, but what about that cloak, yo? Yeah,
if you would give me to the morning, I can tell you what these things do.
I will say, in all honesty, like there's a general sort of idea of what these things do, but I will say, I will make these all as separate magic items that will give a specific kind of idea of how this would work. So I'll give you kind of like when you identify in the morning, I'll give you kind of a general idea of what it does. Yeah. But
a dean will, like, when Bixeldan is done and it seems empty, he's going to check. I'm not expecting more, and I'm not being greedy, but the idea behind what a dean is doing is he's like, yes, it's magic. Yes, there's lots of money. Why would overpowered Exitchittle marked with Tal's language be after this?
That's why I think we need to figure out what it all is.
Like, so I'm still looking. Not that it's not amazing, and it's not Jack being, you didn't give us enough, Joe. It's a dean going, what? Why?
Right. No, absolutely, 100%.
So I'm still like looking around. I don't expect to find anything as Jack, but a dean is convinced there must be something else. So.
Sure. Yeah. That makes 100% sense.
Just didn't want to be like, God, Jack, what do you need?
No. I truly, that makes sense.
And also that trident's magical too.
That trident is magical, yes.
Well, I mean, the team is dissatisfied with this answer.
I guess I can help Adim to see if there's any language to see where it was coming from, any names in the chest or anything like that.
In the chest?
Int or on or
nothing.
Just unmarked chest.
So when Bix identifies this stuff, maybe one of these items will give more of a clue.
That could be. Is it possible the Ixachittles are not? They may be corrupted by Tal, but they may not be working directly for him.
I don't know what I know about Ixachittle all except for they're not that powerful. They run in packs and they are evil. Not just mean. They are evil. They are sentient creatures that are evil. I'm assuming that's correct, Joe. That's what.
That is correct. Yes.
That's what a dean would know. As a DM, I know more. But I'm trying to figure out what does a dean. So, okay. So yeah, I just know they're evil. They work in packs. They shouldn't be this powerful, and they've been marked by either Tal or somebody who is working for Tal. Or they marked each other because they like the idea of Tal. I don't know.
Yeah. Tal has something to do with them. That is for sure. What it is. What's Ewolf doing?
I will say Ewolf. I apologize. One thing I will say, Adim, on this, I forgot to give you this. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Let me see.
At the 4.
9.
9. Go ahead and add the 4.
Hold on, I'm gonna flash a genius him too, so he can add 5 more.
Okay. Yeah. You guys are coming to that point of the night. So yeah. Cool. Awesome. You feel a moment as you as the pendant around, which I think did you wrap around your wrist or your neck?
It's around my neck.
Around your neck. Okay.
It was given by
Milo.
Milo, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you feel like there was a like sense of like vibration ever since you grabbed it and said like, like help me out. Like there was a thing where you try to kind of gain some sort of power from it. You could feel the vibration kind of kind of moving on your neck slightly, and it suddenly stops. And when it stops, you feel a wave of just exhaustion kind of come over you, but you're able to move past it enough to be able to not have to deal with it mechanically.
Is it based like the end of a haste spell?
It feels very similar to the end of a haste spell.
Because I've been under a haste spell before. That's what I wanted to ask.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vix, when you identify this other stuff, can you identify this too?
I can surely take a look at it. I would love to take a look at it.
I would like to know what this is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, looking at Ewolf, Ewolf is kind of like peering in. He's actually this has actually kind of pulled him out of his funk for a second. So funny thing is that, like, actually you look for Ewolf and, who was it that said, was it Adim? No, who said Ewolf?
Me, I asked what he was doing.
Yeah, cool. You turn around to look like where's Ewolf, and Ewolf's face is right there with you, just like staring in. What do we get?
We'll know in the morning.
Okay.
I'm gonna end up sleeping on top of this thing. Or in it with it, the stuff.
Yeah. So, do we want to say we call it a night here? I know, Aaron, you said you wanted to talk to Kofi. But if there's anything you guys wanted to do before calling it a night, say now's the time.
Don't have to RP it, but I think, do we want to eat the Ixotetl? We don't have a lot of food. Like, I think Aaron was using spells to make food. Do we want to try to, do we want to try to eat it?
Can we eat
say
it?
the spell slot every day.
I do not feel comfortable eating a killed creature. Would you
Shoot lightning?
Yeah, someone asked, could you eat it? Of course. But would you is, I think, the question.
I'm just here to ask the hard questions. I think the lightning will make it spicy. Possibly.
Honestly, like, if we don't eat it, we have a 3-headed giant dog. That we
Well, what's funny, that's a good point. What's also funny too is that Bixelden, I think Bixelden, you immediately object to this as you haven't figured out.
Yeah, I'm like, I really want to know how this thing makes lightning.
Can we hold off on eating?
Well, all right, fine. I mean, shoot, all right. I'll just have
Shane
potatoes.
puts away his barbecue tongs.
Yeah.
Tishi's immediately going to look for a bath to wash off guts. Like, wash
Cool.
guts off of them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I think as you all kind of take, it's important that someone takes watch for the first part of the night, but if it would be only one person has to do it at a time to be able to alert the rest. So say Ewolf can definitely take the first watch. Or Aaron, you want to take the first watch and then Ewolf will take the second?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Or if anyone else wanted to take the second. Obviously, I'm offering that. I'm not...
I have 6 hit points. I'm not...
Yeah, go to bed.
Keeping watch, dude.
I'll say if Aaron's taking watch, Tishian will give Aaron one of the sending
stones.
Sending stones, yeah.
Cool.
Just to let
Are we keeping
that would be
watch
your sending stone. You all only have one.
That's mine. But we have don't we have like 3 spread across the party, 3 or 4?
Yes.
So it's just important that whoever's on watch, no matter where they're at, they have the ability to like vastly make contact. Additional sacrifice it.
Are we keeping watch for
she
like
can always give it
things?
back.
Are we keeping
Yeah,
watch for
I'll probably
things to
pass it off to
attack?
Ewolf, and that way everyone has it.
Brandon, you were asking if you're keeping watch for things to attack.
Right.
I mean,
Or
it's
watching
definitely, it's
Kofi
always
just tied up.
possible. Yeah. There's no way Kofi's engaging in festivities tonight, if that was your question, Grian. No.
I mean, I don't think, are we celebrating tonight? I don't feel like we have a...
I
Yeah.
Not those festivities. Not.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that's where he was going. No, because I was gonna take Kofi back to his
Korean's
room.
like, you guys are not invited to these festivities.
Oh,
I think the move's kind of killed personally, but like,
oh yeah, 100%.
I was gonna take him back to his room since he is tied up and a prisoner on his own ship. So
He can walk. I mean, he can stand up and walk. It was only his hands that were tied, right?
yeah. It's more symbolic. It's more like because like Tashin doesn't feel like he's gonna do anything, but like I don't know. He's more symbolically
Yeah.
tied up. Does that make sense? Like
I
not,
didn't roll for the knot tying that you did.
Yeah.
Because I think if he wanted to, he could possibly get out of it.
I think he totally could. I think he absolutely could. I think it's just a matter of like, yeah, because otherwise Tishin would hog tie him to the deck of the ship, and that's
I think there's a level.
Is.
There is a level of like you said, this is symbolic for both of you. Like if you're gonna treat me like this, then treat me like this.
Yeah. It's he put his hands out there, so I'm just gonna.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like it wasn't my decision to tie him up. He made the decision to be tied up to some extent, like by doing that.
Sure.
To some extent.
Okay, cool. So let's say you all get some rest. I'd say honestly, great. I hear what you're saying. I think in the idea that Aaron's having that conversation, I think Aaron could, and he could just as easily just walk to his room. Honestly, unless you wanted to have a conversation with him, if that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, but Aaron's doing that, so it's fine.
Okay. All right.
That was me. I would like to stay on watch with Aaron.
Okay. You got it. All right. So Aaron, you're kind of staying on watch. I would say like normally you'd want to probably stay and watch the crow's nest, but in this case you're just taking this moment to be able to kind of talk with Kofi as the rest of you are going down. What would you like to say to
I'm
Kofi?
far away from this conversation. I'm not trying to horn in. I'm away.
Oh, you're staying far away. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm letting them have their moment. I'm like over there, but I'm on watch with them.
Gotcha. Cool.
So I'm wherever he's at. I'm just gonna kind of walk up next to him and give him a moment of quiet to be aware of my presence and just start talking. I'm sure the past few days haven't gone the way that you thought they should or would. And I know we have a big part to play in this. It wasn't even 2 months ago. I didn't even know these people. I was weighing my options between being killed or running away and risking being killed either way. I know how it feels to feel like there's no hope. And I'm not going to assume you feel this way, but I just want you to know that I'm sorry that we dragged you into this. And I hope that you don't lose hope because of us. And then I'm going to untie his hands. And walk away.
Aaron, roll me a... I know this isn't your strong suit, but I would like you to roll me a persuasion check.
I was muted. I'm taking a photo because I can't believe it. It's a nat 20. So.
Okay.
21.
Okay. Okay. For this to be a nat 20, as you're walking away, you would hear it wasn't just you. You were the last straw. He's going to kind of like look over in your direction. Are you still walking away? You can if you want to.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll like nod my head so that he can see that I heard him, but I'm just gonna give him the space.
You got it. Cool. Okay. Wait, did I do the wrong one? I did the wrong one. My bad. Adim. This is for Adim and Aaron, as Aaron is taking the first watch. You see Kofi. He's not really trying hard to hide it. You see him untying the lifeboat.
Nope. I head over.
So you see that. You do see that. So
I head over to him.
okay.
And I kind of,
I think he looks up at you. The first thing he says to you is, "Can you get that end?"
I'd rather not, especially if you're planning on using it.
I was. It sounds like someone's like moving change. If you can move that away from the mic.
There was nothing on mine.
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. I was like, I much prefer you stay here. I cannot captain the vessel, but we'll be out of here as soon as we get to the city. What has happened so far has been a series of misunderstandings and poorly thought out things that I am guilty of, and I apologize to you for that. However, you should not give up your ship. You're a good captain.
My first voyage of captain, I guess you can't even say it was a mutiny. I certainly wasn't captain when we started this journey. I'll stay on. But as soon as we reach Celeste, I am leaving, with or without my ship.
Then you will leave with your ship, because we are not taking it.
Fair enough.
So I take both that he was untying and I retie it.
Yeah, I think he walks over to what you tied, unties it and goes, "What did they teach you in your last ship?" And like ties it almost exactly the same way you tied it. Like it's just like a little like, this is my lifeboat. I have what little left I have.
I smile and say, "My apologies, Captain." And I
Yeah.
he says, "See, I still have things for you to learn." And I will walk away and keep watch.
Well, I got stabbed through the chest by a Exitzichitl. I think it's time to call it a night.
I think that's going to be a good idea for you. You good to make it to your captain Captain?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Gonna look over at Aaron. It would be smart for you to come to my room in the morning and retie my hands. There is no reason to put the group against you.
I don't think that's necessary. Have a good night.
Gavin walks off. As you are both keeping watch, give me perception checks.
Not terrible. 15.
15? Okay, pretty good.
12.
The night seems to go by slowly. You feel the gentle rocking of the boat against the sea. The wind has completely died down. You feel the waves lopping up against the ship, and there's a sense of emptiness in that darkness. The good news is there's no sign of life. Besides the wind and the sea. Unless there's anything else. Hours pass by. E-Wolf pops his head up. Offers to relieve you both of your shift.
I will give him this. Oh, go ahead.
Jack, were you saying something?
I was just going to give a salute.
Okay, you got it.
I do want to make it clear that during the watch, although I did not necessarily approach Aaron, it's probably clear to Aaron that I am not watching with her out of distrust anymore. I was just trying to show that I was softening a bit. So I'm sharing the space with her.
Okay.
Nice.
I wasn't glaring at her, like holding my daggers or having watch with the space. You know, not going to force it, but I'm like, okay, I'll keep watch with you, not against you.
Yeah. Can I ask how many shifts are we doing tonight for watch? Is it 2 or 3? 2?
Just 2.
Okay. I think.
Do you want to come up with E-Wolf?
Yeah, Tishin will join E-Wolf. Don't really necessarily have anything to say to him, but I just think it's wise to have 2, at least 2 watching.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'll give you back the sending stone too as I pass.
Oh, hey. Oh, thank you very much. It's very kind.
Hours continue to pass by. E-Wolf says, go ahead and let's do this. We'll roll perception checks. Pretty good. 19 for E-Wolf.
23 for Tishan.
Nice. Do you guys think you're sharing the crow's nest here, or just kind of like an opposite side of the ship, or what?
I don't know. I think Tishian's going to definitely be in the crow's nest. It's tall. It looks fun. I mean, when do you get to be in a crow's nest?
You got it. Do you think that you hear better with those things?
Oh, what? No, I'm sorry.
Nothing.
No, hold on. Did you just ask me if I hear better? With
Nah, it's a stupid question. I just
no, it's not. You know what? Are you talking about my ears?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been tested. I've always thought that I had exceptional hearing, better than some, but I I can't say for sure if I hear any better than other people.
Well, what do you hear, and I could tell you if I can hear that.
All right. All right. Give me a second. I hear a at about 12 o'clock. I hear a bird right over here. It sounds like it's sort of giving us bird call, and I can hear its wings flapping. Over on this side, about 9 o'clock, I can hear the ship kind of creaking. And then at about 5:30 to me, I can hear Ianthe snoring just super fucking loud in the cabin below, just really honking. Worse than the bird, really.
That's crazy.
Like I said, I'm very good at hearing. Can you hear those things? I mean,
I could hear all those things. I was saying
awesome.
That's crazy.
Oh, why is that crazy? If you because of all the stuff.
It's it's just a lot of noise. I don't know. You're just trying to pump you up.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So what's this is like the longest we spend together. Like, what's your whole deal? Like, you were like firing arrows and stuff like that. Like, you were doing a bunch of stuff like that. Like,
yeah. I think. I mean, I'm a hunter. That's what I grew up in Grifton, and
sure.
I hunted, and then I found out that my it wasn't even like I've met so many people in my journeys to and from Grifton to Eisenheim to Nova Sol, and so many people that have this great story of how they were able to gain these magical abilities, and
yeah.
Just one day I shot an arrow, and the deer that I hit just blipped out of existence. Hugely inconvenient, actually, as I was trying to get food.
I mean, I was just going to ask if you were a good hunter, but I mean, obviously you're a great hunter, but your food keeps disappearing. You can't fucking eat. Like, no wonder you look hungry.
I'm a good hunter, and there's a lot of once I figured out that I had this, and then I had Eliane, who had all of her magical stuff that she could do. If I felt at least not on the same level, but certainly in the running, and then I was quickly shown that is not the case. That I am as far as her magic is concerned, I am the equivalent of a good hunter.
I mean, we're all powerful. I guess we all got our things we're good at, right? Like,
if I could trade it, I would.
If you could trade your power of blipping things out of existence, I mean, you would.
There's a part of me that realizes that there's a possibility that I got as close as I did because of what I could do and not what I couldn't do. So if I couldn't do those things, I might have had a much different life.
Yeah. I mean, it's always kind of easier thinking it. I mean, it's always, it's always that thing of like you're thinking your life would be easier if, but, but like it's rarely like that, right? Like,
I don't know.
I mean, like you can always say like, well, what if I was more handsome, or what if I was taller or shorter? Or...
I don't need any of those things. I just think that if I didn't have this, I wouldn't miss it, for one. And I wouldn't have to deal with the repercussions of being in company to those that could do similar. Don't get me wrong, I think you guys are, well, I mean, the thing with the captain's kind of weird, but I think you guys are interesting. I mean, you got this thing going on. It's cool. It's like a lightning sort of strike.
Oh yeah, don't touch it. You're either gonna get like.
Why would I touch your?
I don't know. People keep. That's the thing. A lot of people touch my face. I'd say like 70% of the people I meet touch my face right away, and I don't know why. It's not like I'm
not gonna lie.
Like,
that kind of makes me want to touch your face.
Don't do it.
Just to figure it out.
No. Because one or two things are gonna happen. Either you're gonna get really good at drawing, or you're gonna fucking pop me in the mouth, and I don't want to be popped in the mouth right now. So I don't know. But no, I mean, like we're just getting along. We're just trying to get by ourselves. I think that sounds like what you're trying to do. Most of these people I've known for, oh God, maybe a couple weeks, 2 or 3. Some of these people I've known for months at that time. All of them are just getting along.
Getting along.
Well,
it's funny. When I planned on freeing Den Mother Udris, it wasn't like I didn't think about what would happen consequentially. It just, at the time, it just seemed like I was out of options. I know why you saved her, and I kind of agree and can sympathize with that. But I'll be honest, my version was much more selfish. And it's funny when you have those things go through your mind. There's maybe I'm just an idiot. I don't know, but I don't. There's things that you experience that make your choices seem less like options. And when you have those experiences, going back seems like about as impossible as magic.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. You can never truly get back what you lost. You know what I mean?
Beginning to.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think for me, it's more about not getting back what was lost. Not trying to recover, but it's more about just moving forward. And I don't think it's important to focus on it's important to remember the past, but it's more important to build a better future. I think protect what you still have.
It's easier to think like that when you have something, I think. What's your plan? What's your future?
Oh, I don't have anything. What do I have?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't have anything. I got this party of people who, again, I've known for a while, and I love them, but we're still learning each other. I don't have a dime to my name. I don't have a home. I have a family, but they're in danger, and I can't see them because of who I am, where I come from.
To have people around you who are able to strengthen and be strengthened by magic and not fighting each other or leaving each other.
Yeah.
I think it's hard enough getting in this world being normal. The idea that you have 5, 6 people, if you're counting the little girl.
Oh, yeah, I don't know anything about that.
He would say Alyssa. I just realized Alyssa. He would say, if you're counting Alyssa.
Is that her name? I truly don't have anything to do with the kidnapping. That's not something
Well, her name is Alyssa. She's a little shite most of the time.
Good.
But she is... she's a good kid.
Nice.
She's been in trouble most of her life, and her parents treat her with both too much and too little care. I felt at one point in time it was my responsibility to watch over her, but it's that, among other things, have slipped away. But she's good. She's got a good heart.
I got you. Well, I just hope we can, again, sort of set her off in better condition than what we found her in. Whoever the hell found her in the first place. I'm still trying to piece that together.
I can tell you that she is unconscious on the deck of a ship of a captain that I think you just imprisoned.
Yeah, I know that was...
Let me finish. I think she is by far in better hands.
I appreciate that, I guess. Try to keep it that way.
Well, I'll be around until...
Oh, sure, yeah.
Magic runs out and something hits me.
It's bullshit. Hey, can I ask you a question? Hold on. Oh, did you say something hit you from far away?
I was saying just if something hit me from far away, and just like, if it's I mean, I saw a flying manta ray just shoot lightning at everyone. That was crazy. So I'm assuming that someone could kill me from miles away.
You think that's crazy? I was in a house that walked.
What do you mean?
Hey, I got stabbed by a ghost. And I think Titian's just going to start telling them all the stories about where they've been.
You got it. You continue to start to tell the stories until the sun comes up, and you see, after about half the story, I think when you start to tell the story of the ghost that stabbed me, you see him start to kind of take like his quiver and like arrows and just start to take them off and just kind of push him away from him. Eventually like picking them back up, like recognizing first off, it's he would actually even explain to you, like, I checked to see if it was like the bow and the quiver, like just to see if it was that, and of course it wasn't. But yeah. So yeah, after amount of time, you see the sun kind of peek up over the horizon, and you see Ewolf just go, yeah, that's. I think, having Alyssa around, you might want to try to avoid some of those things. But
yeah.
It does sound like most of those happen to you, so I
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I tend to attract that sort of attention sometimes. I mean, it's not every day I jump in lava, but I mean, every once in a while, you just gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but I think that does kind of make sense, I guess.
All right. Well, I guess as our wash is coming to an end.
What does that mean?
Well, I'm just saying, like, it looks like the dawn's coming up.
You said that like in a really ominous sort of way. I just thought, I just realized that I have this. I put the. You see him like put the arrow, like the bow and the quivers.
Yeah,
no, it's fine. It was just that was a little creepy. That was just how you said that.
I can't. I'm not trying to be creepy. I think just sometimes I am. I'm not. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, no, we all have things that we need to work on. Yeah, I get it. Okay, I'm gonna climb down.
Hey, Poe Buddy's nerfed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't. You see him. You hear a phrase of like. I think you hear like the word Deborka, as he says something back to you in Giant, thinking that like if I say something in a language that I don't understand or that you don't understand, maybe this is fine. As he kind of goes down, and you all come out of your proverbial shells. It's a brand new day. You see. You see up on deck, Kofi didn't get a ton of sleep, so you can tell there's like kind of like bags under his eyes, but he's kind of at the wheel. You can see that there is Titian. You can see his hands are not tied. The rest of you guys see that as you kind of come up, and he kind of like locks eyes with you, but doesn't say anything.
Okay. Titian's not going to make a big deal out of it. I think Titian will just keep a watch on him. I don't think Titian's gonna confront him right now.
Yeah,
I have a feeling he has a bit more confidence in him right now, and I think Titian is not going to try to like squash that immediately.
We got it. Cool. I think if I may, I've been spending some time doing a lot of like NPC sort of stuff here, but I think in this realm, actually, I'll give you guys kind of a little bit of time to say like, what do we do in the morning? I know Bixodan wanted to identify those things,
and that'll take 11 minutes per thing.
Cool.
And also, if I have time, I want to check out the Ixtal Chital thing.
Yeah, go ahead and do that first, actually. We'll say, go ahead and give me another nature or medicine check.
Okay. 24.
24, much better. You see that there's some sort of connection between it seems like there looks like there's like an extra sort of nerve that stems from the base of like kind of like I don't know. I just realized Brandon's watching this, so I want to be very careful on this. As a vet is watching what I'm saying. There's an extended nerve that like kind of comes right around like where like the esophagus is, and seems to extend out into like kind of like pulling back from the roof of the mouth. You can see that it actually seems to connect to the like back teeth.
Mm-hmm.
You get a feeling from that this must be some sort of way that there's something that is able to kind of make a connection there from there to there that goes out.
Is that something I could try to harvest?
You could absolutely harvest it, and I'll say that was your role to be able to kind of take that sort of thing out. As you do so, I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw.
Yay. 7.
As it was good, but it was not a nat 20. Awesome. Cool. I think after this, you find a way to be able to put it into something that is going to feel safe, but science is not safe, man.
That's why that makes me me.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. So I'll simplify it a little. Okay. So you take 12. You take 18 points of lightning damage, and for the rest of the day, everything has like a very bluish tinge to it.
Perfect.
You feel like it might have fucked with some optic nerves.
This is probably one of the happiest moments I've had since I've been with these people.
Yeah, I love it. Awesome.
That is scientific discovery. And I put sea creature nerve in my inventory.
Love it. Awesome. Yes, absolutely.
And then, like I said, and after that, I want to get, which obviously you don't have to tell me now exactly what things do, but I'm going to spend the rest a while doing identify on all that stuff, including the trident.
You got it. I'm going to say for this, I will message you the name, because just in case you ask me much later, I want to make sure that I have a... it's a crazy name, Exitsachiddle.
Yeah, I know. I can't...
Don't even worry about it. Not a big deal at all. Cool. Yeah, so as you go through to identify the items, what you find is... the mermaid's tear pendant. And again, some of these are going to be just like very kind of ambiguous as I need to kind of make them into actual magic items. But mermaid's tear pendant, delicate pendant with a shimmering blue gemstone that grants the wearer the ability to breathe underwater. The ring itself, so a golden ring with a small sapphire that seems to grant the wearer temporary invisibility. Singing Seashell is a beautifully polished conch shell that, when blown, produces a haunting, beautiful melody that can sometimes calm storms or sometimes summon sea creatures. Skip that one.
Nadeem's turning into Aquaman. That's what's happening.
Locket of Timekeeping. A locket with an ornate clock face that, when open, allows the owner to temporarily slow down or speed up time in a small area for a short amount of time.
Chronomancy.
My personal favorite, Bottled Storm. A small glass bottle containing a swirling miniature thunderstorm. When released, it creates a temporary tempest useful for distracting or confusing enemies.
Wow.
Gem of Translation, a smooth opalescent gemstone that, when touched, enables the holder to understand and speak any language for a limited time when activated.
Daddy like.
And then a similar weapon, a similar item to the ring as well. A shadow cloak, a dark velvety cloak that allows the wearer to meld into the shadows, becoming invisible for short amounts of time.
What about the dagger?
Oh, jeez, I forgot the dagger. I don't know how I missed that.
And the trident.
In the gold, is it magical gold that's somehow magically worth more money?
It's magically worth more money.
It's magically delicious.
Cool. So this is a little bit of a weirder one. A small silver dagger that glows with the light of the moon, granting the wielder enhanced agility and precision under moonlight. I will say it's something that has to be charged by the moon, which it is. And then the trident itself, well, I will save that for Adim. But you do identify it.
Yeah.
Okay. Does it identify my pendants as well?
Oh, your pendant. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still trying to work out to make sure that things aren't really necessarily broken with it. I have something in writing somewhere. I have to find it. So yeah.
I just don't want to break it.
Yeah. It does seem to work pretty much exactly how you kind of assumed. It looks to be a haste spell that seems to slow down time for you, specifically in ways that allow you to react with certain objects or certain versions of things that you could possibly translate into working differently.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Subject to DM approval, I would say on that.
Okay.
As there are definitely ways to break that. Yeah. Cool. So, yeah, as you all kind of wake up, is there anything you guys want to do in the morning before we call it?
I want to speak to you after the game. That's
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll spend some time after for that. Great. So what's interesting is we have that moment with Kofi and Titian as we see Titian kind of walk off, and every session that we have kind of ends with something with the party and the representation of either the party or a specific member of the party. I'd like to take a second here and say that the session actually really ends with Kofi. As Kofi has his hands on the wheel, the bound part of the rope, I think, still kind of attached to one hand as he kind of stares at it and looks down. He looks down at what looks to be an open compass. Looking at where he's supposed to be going, we notice that he tilts the compass upwards to where the open sort of shell remains on the top, and we see a picture. Picture is a dark-skinned man, dreads that kind of come down to the sides, and a large tri-corner hat. There is a vest that he is wearing in that picture. And it's the same vest you see around Kofi. You see him slap it shut and continue to turn the wheel. And we fade to black. And with that, we will end tonight's session. See you guys in a little bit. I'll see you guys next week. You know what I mean. Goodbye.